So my goal in this video is to basically just tell you everything I can possibly tell you, get it all out so you know exactly what there is to know, and then you can think about it and talk about it amongst yourselves in your communities and such, and everybody will know what happened, because that's the goal, right? The person who revealed all of this stuff themselves also said the same thing. When they revealed these screenshots, said it's going to be a good November for me. So that person also does it for the money and was super excited to get all of these screenshots because it meant that they would make a lot of profit in November, which is exactly what I did when I got all of those screenshots from Emily.
Lie to someone else. Lie to someone else.
I don't think anybody is going to send somebody else like 150 screenshots, videos, various other stuff without you making them feel comfortable. So I describe that as flirting in the Discord, and I probably stand by that. I definitely did flirt with her a little bit. I don't give a about that. I think flirting so that you can make more money is totally normal. People do it when they're bartenders, burlesque dancers, so many different professions. You'll be a bit nicer than you want to be to somebody because you're trying to get ahead in your career. I think that people having a huge problem with me flirting with somebody a tiny bit to get more information is like kind of weird. Like, why do you care who I flirted with? That's your opinion, and you're genuinely within your rights to have that, and I support you having a different opinion from me, right? Because that's what life is all about. I'm not trying to be in an echo chamber. People have said all kinds of wild and hilarious things about me and Emily falling in love. I think a lot of that was said in Amber's live, which I'm going to react to probably in my next video, but it's absolutely not true.
Don't put on a front about me and my missus, because you and your missus are having all kinds of relationship problems, sleep in different beds, like, have fun with that.
I have a hard line that I'm not talking about my girlfriend. That is nobody's business. Someone has threatened to share these screenshots and they're getting all high and mighty and excited that they've got these screenshots. So I'm going to show them to you instead. And then that person can talk about them if they want to, just like every other reactor is maybe going to. Now that obviously, it makes me look like a total idiot because I'm saying here that I want to safeguard my integrity with my audience, and that's absolutely true. I knew that if you guys knew that I had paid Emily for this, that you would be so angry with me. I just think this needed to come out, and I don't know, I'm having like regret. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned this, maybe I shouldn't have made this video. I think it's going to be one of those where I just post it anyway and see what happens. If these screenshots get shared by another party and that word is not blanked out, I am going to be absolutely livid, because that covered up word there is a very private, very personal thing that I do in my spare time, and if that gets out because some person doesn't know how to edit a screenshot, I am going to be, or how to respect somebody else's genuinely private matters that have got nothing to do with the internet, I will be absolutely livid. And it's Emily's own story to share. Clearly Emily doesn't want to talk about it because she put that message on disappearing mode. I just think this needed to come out. She then says, Rachel, I need to be very clear about how wrong this is. I shared my personal story and details with you under the agreement that I would be compensated. So that is not true. I was sent her story, the screenshots, the voice note, ages and ages before any mention of money was ever made. So that is not true, which then followed where we changed our agreement and I said, oh, it's fine, don't worry, we'll just split this upcoming video. Her trying to say that this whole thing was me profiting from her vulnerability, I think is kind of wild because she's the one who wanted all of this stuff out there. That's why people speak to reaction channels, right? They want to get things out. So saying I profited from her vulnerability, I don't feel that that is an accurate characterization of what happened there. That's what I said. That's my opinion. And there you go. I'm not going to backtrack on my opinion just because you guys have all seen me say it, right? I think that this has shown that certain people take Girl World very, very, very personally. If these screenshots get shared by another party and that word is not blanked out, I am going to be absolutely fucking livid, because that covered up word there is a very private, very personal thing that I do in my spare time, and if that gets out because some person doesn't know how to edit a screenshot, I will be absolutely livid. I chose this, right? I'm fine with people talking about whatever they want because that's what Girl World is. If I didn't want to do it and I didn't want to be a part of it and I didn't want people talking about my face, my name, whatever, if I didn't want people talking about me and my takes and what I've done or whatever in their own communities, then I could just stop making videos. So I'm never going to be angry and butthurt at people, at you, for talking about me in your communities. And I've seen the people in this creators Discord, they're all circle jerking and laughing and talking with each other, and it's hilarious because they don't even know how to read a date. We'll see what happens now. No idea how it's going to go down, but we'll see.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, in everything.
Yo, chow, this big. I'm uptown right now. I'm on my way to the West Bank to put a twist on this thing, you heard? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now I don't mean to sound rude, baby, I hurt or nothing. I want an independent woman if she's working with something. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with her. See, got a lot, but I can work with her. Want a big fine woman with some pop, with some twerk, with some pop, with some twerk, twerk, bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down. Turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, turn around and stick your booty out, turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down, 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 touch your toe, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, up and down, touch your toe, up and down, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, bounce your booty, touch your toe, bounce your booty, up and down, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, now 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 work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, now 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 work with her. Walk with it, now work, 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 walk with it, now work. Your booty out, now work, walk with it, 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 now work, walk with it.
Hello, guys. Welcome. I know it's a very late night stream. It's not the usual for me, but I want to be completely off tomorrow. So I will not be on this platform. So I said, we're going to have to do a late night one. To anyone here during real time, thank you so much for being here. To anyone watching during playbacks, I appreciate you. To all my channel members and patrons, thank you. And to all my mods who are here holding me down, I appreciate y'all. The way y'all showed up for my mid-ass, I appreciate you. Listen, I want to make sure we go into this stream with some understanding. I am personally here to really give my opinion on one of the worst, and this is coming from me, who also flopped and put up a video during some drama years ago. One of the worst videos uploaded in the space where a creator was attempting to take accountability or at least make it seem that way. I was very confused. I was actually annoyed a lot of it as well, but you know, it's a new day. Had to collect my thoughts, get some clips together, and for the most part, just laugh at her. I want to be clear. I said it in my video, but just in case you're only tuning in to the stream, no one is canceled. Rachel, her ego, the minions, her banknotes, they will be just fine. James Charles still has a platform. If James Charles still has a thriving platform, Rachel will be just fine. She will be A-okay. She will live on to flirt with another feeder. She will live on to fuck up again, because let's be clear, Rachel ain't learned nothing just yet. So, however, with that being said, I want to make sure this is understood at the top of the stream as well. If you are any creator in that Discord who I guess believes your privacy was breached, even though personally I think Discord is just a social media group chat, if you believe your privacy was breached in any way or you feel violated, I would hope you're not playing any of the fucking videos that Emily has been leaking. I would hope that you don't plan to touch any of that shit, because that would make no sense. But we gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into the support. Discord is literally public. It makes no sense. I heard one of the creators, my main focus is Rachel today, but I heard one of the creators say like they felt violated. I said, you from Discord? And I was just like, you know, I'm not even gonna take the bait. I said, nope. I'm not doing it, because I'll be fucking damned. I'll be damned. The shit that has been played in this space, in this corner of the internet, literally, we're waiting for Emily's bitch ass to drop whatever video of Amber running around or acting like a fucking banshee or some shit. And now a Discord where you're in a Discord with strangers and you got too comfortable. You thought, no, you're just stupid. Just stupid. But it's okay. It's okay. There's a lot we got to cover today. I'm hoping it won't be that lengthy of a stream, but we're going to get into a few things. Because Miss Rachel underestimated not only who her viewers really were, but also the creators that she shares a space with. And before I keep running my mouth, let me get to some of the support and then we're going to get right into it, because this edit is pretty lengthy. I tried to not, even though she repeats herself quite a bit, I tried to not cut out too much, but we'll get into that. We will get into a lot. And thank you for all the support flying in. I like this right here. Remember to like the stream. 1 like equals 1 more Discord leak. Speaking of, bitch, let me tell you something. Thank you for the super chat. I made it clear I'm not releasing all the receipts that I received, because it didn't take me long to realize, like, Rachel, she's a manipulator. She's a liar. When you're dealing with people like this, I've been doing it this long, you do not unload the clip. No. I want to see what story you make up. I want to see how you try to manipulate. I want to see what else you come up with, because then I could slide through with a receipt and be like, actually, hold on. That was me speaking for myself. I got a shit ton. I'm like, let me just put these out and keep it pushing. Let's see what she tries to deflect with and where she goes from here. I wasn't aware the person who sent me the receipts still was holding on to receipts. You know, checking my email at night. You know, that's what I like to do. Just check my email before I go to sleep a lot of the time, either when I'm just getting off of work or at night when I'm just chilling. I open my email. I see the same viewer, because now I recognize the name, and I see the attachment symbol. I said, what's attached? I assumed you gave me everything. Baby, they still got receipts. Just like, no wonder y'all deleted that fucking Discord. No wonder y'all nuked the fuck out of that Discord because there was no cleaning that shit up. Just like, oh my God. Just so we're clear, I'm gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna get back to Chantel. We're gonna get back to Rachel and anything else that comes up. Rachel put up an apology a few hours ago. Or acknowledgement. It's probably the best she's addressed any of this in the last few days. And truly, I don't want y'all to think I'm gonna keep going at her. Rachel is just a creator in this space who really had decent content, got ahead of herself, her ego grew, and she was just making a lot of wrong decisions. And through that time, she thought she couldn't be criticized. She thought she was above criticism. And unfortunately for her, she was popping her shit in a Discord with someone who knew to slide receipts to me. I don't have to go along with any receipts that I receive. I receive receipts all the time. I receive tea all the time. I choose what I want to cover or what I want to address or what I want to bring to light. It just so happened this was like kind of light work. It wasn't nothing too serious. And bitch, you was in there popping your shit about a lot of people. Real comfortable. Again, don't let your ego get ahead of yourself. This is an amazing thing that we have here. In a lot of ways, it's wild the support that a lot of us creators receive doing this. I make it no secret. I'm a fat bitch on the internet giving my opinion about other problematic people. I'm not doing anything that's going to win some prizes. I'm not curing anything. I'm not doing anything that amazing. And I'll speak for myself. I get a lot of support. Rachel, no, she gets a lot of support too because she couldn't stop talking about it. Don't take that for granted. Don't think you being up here, you can't get knocked down. I will say, I in no way thought the response would be like this. At one point, I thought something else was going on with her because I'm like, why is she bleeding subscribers? I didn't understand that. Yaba, you been watching this shit? You've been seeing them leaks? That bitch is bold. That's the other thing. And Yaba, I did see your support. I'm gonna get to all of that. And shout out to you and shout out to Sam. I see y'all in chat. Be yourselves. To any creators, I don't care what your size is, be yourself. You know why I don't be scared of shit coming out? Because I'm me. I curse. I'm me. I'm gonna be me. Either I'm for you or I'm not. And that's okay. That's okay. We can be criticized. That's why when people are like, oh, when this leaks about you, leak it. What the fuck you about to leak that you think I'm gonna be scared of? I'm me. I could be polarizing, but I'm gonna speak my mind. One of the issues that Rachel struggled with is the fact that she presents something very different on her platform. She presents something very different. And the simple fact is, a lot of us make a great income on here, and we make it through viewers who will probably never see what we make by sitting here and really, what are we doing? We're being bitches on the internet. We judging bitches on the internet. And there are people watching us who may never see this income. There are people sending us money, literally sending us money, who will not see a fraction of what the fuck we do, and we're not doing much. Do I work hard on my content? Yeah. But I never forget what this is. I get paid to run my mouth on the internet. I get to monetize this. Don't get ahead of yourself, especially because we struck gold doing this. One of the things I've always criticized the Trainwrecks about is how ungrateful they are to their viewers, how much they take them for granted, how they manipulate them, they lie. We can't become that. We are all hypocrites. Every single one of us. Choose what the fuck you're a hypocrite about. Choose what you're a hypocrite about. I've said it for years. To all the new members, welcome. Fluffy, welcome to the Gold Cluster. Sky Fury, welcome, boo. Hands, I had to make sure I got this because you said KPD, Rachel flirted with Emily. Bitch, let me tell you something. I would do everything there is before I ever flirt with a fucking feeder. Not even just a feeder. Amberlynn's ex, bitch, you are dumb. That's why in them we're gonna go over all of this. When Rachel was in them screenshots talking about for that amount of money, they act like they wouldn't. Excuse you, bitch. I've been doing this for years. I ain't never have to flirt with a feeder. I ain't never had to flirt with nobody's like, what's next? Thank goodness. Rachel does not cover Chantel. Cause you willing to flirt with Emily for some tea, would you be willing to flirt with Nada for some tea? I mean, since it's about the bag, that's what I get from that. Chantel and Nada were abusing one another. Emily and Amber are abusing one another. What would stop Rachel from flirting with Nada for some tea? You got to draw the line somewhere. Not everybody could be bought, dummy. Like, she had a lot of nerve. And my thing is, be yourself. If you stand by that, stand by that. Stop making excuses. Just be like, you know what? I'm here for the bag. I wanted to find a way out of paying this bitch, and I was trying to figure it out. I lied to y'all because I needed y'all to come through. I needed y'all to come through and support that video. Be real. Because the outcome of what she made would have been very different if Rachel was upfront about that. If you want to pay a feeder, that's your business. Would I judge? Yeah. But would I have tuned in? I still would have tuned in. I would have tuned in with a different attitude. I would have tuned in with a different perspective. And if I'm not mistaken, the video that Emily was going to get paid for was the video that Rachel premiered. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I got that wrong and I was trying to do the math and trying to really connect the dots. If that's the video with all the viewers that were super chatting, I'm sure they would have loved to know half their money was going to Emily. But wait, there's no way Rachel could have told y'all that because she needed y'all come through to support. It was, right? Yeah. So there's a few reasons Rachel didn't tell viewers that Emily was getting half that money. People would have tuned in. She still would have got a lot of views. I still would have tuned in to be like, bitch, what did you think was worth paying a feeder for? But them super chats would have looked different. The criticism would have looked different. The response would have looked different. So it was very intentional. So yeah, the people who super chatted during that, Rachel intentionally didn't tell you that half your money was going to Emily. Half your money was going to Amberlynn's ex, an abusive feeder. Crazy. Just don't lie. Stupid. And don't talk shit in a Discord, dumbass. Let's see. Tommy, not Tommy the Tubby Terminator. I literally only saved this because of your comment. Tommy the Tubby Terminator. Damn, we ain't never gonna see the pearly gates. Jesus. Thank you so much for this comment. Tommy the Tubby Terminator. Halloween, thank you so much for 12 months. Rachel is a weirdo. Love you, Charlie. She is. Is she the worst person? No. She gonna bounce back. And that's the truth. There's a lot I gotta talk about. Rachel gonna bounce back from this. Will she make a mistake again? More than likely, yeah. She ain't really learned shit. I think she just feel defeated because she over there commenting on this person, that, and we're gonna go over all that. She probably just feel a little defeated. So she's like, let me just put something together, shut these people up. But it will all turn around. This doesn't last. All it takes is for someone to start showing their ass. Even today, I wasn't too worried about Rachel. I was busy listening to Chantel with her pre-crash out. Because Chantel got a crash out incoming, like a big one. All it takes is some new drama to surface and people gonna move on. Will we ever forget? No. Is it gonna take her maybe showing her ass again in the future? Sure. Or if other stuff leak? Yeah. But for the most part, the attention span when it comes to especially a drama community, that shit shifts. So she put up that acknowledgement earlier. Best one she's done in the last few days. She gonna get back on her shit, and then the bleeding subs will eventually slow down and she'll start gaining again. But hopefully she learned a lesson. It just cost her 10,000 subscribers. Bets on what the covered up word is. Okay, so seeing that, I actually get tagged a lot on Twitter, and I've had people ask me. I know what the word is. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. The truth is, I didn't know the word had any significance. Just looking at it, it didn't. There was nothing that like stuck out to me. So when she said it, I was like, "What the fuck is this word?" And I went to go look for it, and I saw it, and I was just like, "Oh, okay. I just won't use the screenshot. Whatever." But speaking of that, I'm actually happy you reminded me. Speaking of that, we're at 25 minutes, and I'm going to make sure I timestamp this right here. Rachel, you have a college degree. I will never shit on that because I support people who go after their dreams, who finish college, who pursue education, do all that. I will always root somebody on. I'm never going to shit on that. However, you're dumb. And let me explain why. For you to sit on your platform and make such a big deal about that word, thankfully it's me covering you. I ain't grimy like that. I'm gonna just leave it where it's at. That screenshot of the word that Rachel made it very clear in her video that she's worried about, that screenshot was a conversation with Emily, a stranger on the internet, a known manipulator, someone she knows is dangerous, someone she knows who is abusive, a fucked up bitch, someone Rachel knew couldn't be trusted, but decided to still make a deal with the devil. Why would you share something so important with someone like that and then turn around and owe them money? So Rachel emphasized the importance of that word to the point that I see threads on forums trying to figure out the word. And there is someone out there who's a piece of shit that you owe mad money to who has the word in their phone and you're not paying them. One, you're an idiot. Why would you say it if the word was that important? To Emily, a stranger on the internet, a piece of shit. And two, now you didn't follow through on what y'all agreed to. It sounds like that word might cost you a couple grand. How are you that dumb? I will not say anything. I will not spread anything. Thankfully, I'm actually one of the people around here who can criticize other creators and not go real life. But I literally sitting there like, you sat there and emphasized the importance of that word. Now you drew attention to it. And then there's a piece of shit out there that you owe money to. You actually owe money to them. They have the screenshot. You're not paying them. Did you use your brain? Did you use your brain or no? Because all Tommy got to do is get to like Instagram stories and be like, bitch, pay me my shit or I'm releasing this. Would I do that? No, but that's the reality. Bitch, pay me my money. Since this word is so fucking important. Like, that's crazy. I'm going to get to some of the support. Thank you so much. Y'all coming through in droves. Jesus. Thank you so much. But it's just like, I will say this. It's a very regular word. It's a regular word. It's nothing that would stick out to somebody. It did not stick out to me. So I literally had to go look for the screenshot, match it up, look for the word. I'm like, oh, what does this even mean? Oh, okay. Like it's just a regular word. So I'm not gonna emphasize or give hints, but it's regular. Like I've seen people guessing. I've seen the guesses. I've seen the threads of trying to people figure it out. I'm not here to confirm nothing. I'm not here to deny nothing. All I know is it's regular. It's regular. It has some type of significance because oh my God, the way she reacted in that video. I said, girl, first of all, did you want to say my name? That's the thing. You was real loud and you was popping your shit in Discord. Why can't you say my name out loud? The fuck? That's your problem. That's your problem. When you think nobody's looking. Techie, thank you. Thank you, boo. Oh, let me tell you, I was so looking forward to today. So looking forward to today. And I also know a lot of y'all don't have a place where you could like express yourself in this space, because I know a lot of people don't want to touch it, and I kind of get it, but I, I ain't cool with the bitch. I don't know the bitch, and she run her mouth too much. Here's the thing: talk your shit. We all could get criticized. I'm a twat. Fine, girl. Okay, I'm mid. No problem. But please don't ever forget. A lot of us been here. A lot of us are the blueprint. Even without the views being the same, please. Some of you bitches wouldn't be able to sit here being so lovely if it wasn't for the OGs. I call myself a blueprint. I never called myself an OG. If it wasn't for Michael B. Petty, if it wasn't for Zachary Michael, if it wasn't for Sarcastic Potato, some of us wouldn't even have the cushion that we have. I'm not saying we don't have fault or we can't get criticized, but humble yourself, bitch. And this whole thing about views, check my catalog. Please check my catalog. I'm very grateful for the support I've received, the views I've received in this space. There's times that I couldn't believe the numbers I was receiving. I've always been grateful, but pipe the fuck down. Your catalog still don't touch mine when it comes to this space. You used to talk about the holes in your face. That's where you got most of your views from. Fuck out of here. Please. You actually, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it because I'm gonna tell my shit. But just know I used to eat very well around here. So I'm very grateful I'm still around. And at least I know how to clock bitches. She's still struggling. Take notes. Take notes. Mercury, thank you, boo. Oh, I like the switch up of the name. I see what you're doing there. Thank you so much for 4 months. All the screenshots. Who came up with the video title? Amber. That wasn't all the screenshots. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close when it comes to her. No. Because that was a lie. Also, she got really heated up because of that word. You saw it, right? Yeah. And my thing is this, at least I'm not grimy, but watch your fucking tone. Watch it. Oh, if this person, that's gonna piss her off or she'll be upset. And what the fuck you gonna do? It's just, there's certain lines I don't cross, so I'm not touching that. But what the fuck you gonna do? Because there's a grimy bitch out there who knows the word and you owe them a couple grand, stupid. The YouTube Underground. Thank you, Yaba. I appreciate you. I think this was Del Dong 200 LBs ago. No. Yeah, but did you see how Del was in there telling people business? I'm like, Del is messy. This bitch is everywhere. And thank you again for the super chat, boo. Did you see her in there running her mouth? I'm like, wait, was that public knowledge as Frenchie was out here striking at her? Not that I give a fuck, but like, you out there telling that girl business? That's your problem, you messy. You messy. Del, you messy. I'm just like, and Del, you in a few of these screenshots. You in a few of them. And why did you deactivate, Del? You talk too much shit to be deactivating your social media. Why did you deactivate? I don't know if word got back to FFG. You in there telling her fucking business. Girl. Clever, thank you so much. Thank you for 8 months, boo. I appreciate you, Jamal. Actually, today's height of the day. Tomorrow will be 6'7". But let me tell you, y'all, today's height of the day is 6'8". You want to know why? Zachary Michael said it in his last video. If y'all don't check out Zach's video, Zach confirmed I'm 6'8". Thank you. Thank you. And if anybody in here questioning, see your way out. I don't want to hear, well, you don't look 6'8". It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? If Rachel could sit in this corner of the internet and think she's smarter than anybody else and be out here flirting with bitches, feeders, Amberlynn's ex, I can sit here and imagine that I'm 6'8". You can't prove it anyways. Thank you. Some Polish chick, thank you. Not Jabubus Unite. That jawbone person do not like me. I don't care, child. I don't care. That's the thing. I just want to emphasize, I don't care if people don't like me. It's whatever. Truly, Rachel ain't saying nothing problematic. You know all the things I've been called in this space? Twat, mid, bitch, thank you. And you kept it unproblematic. I know that's right. So we're still going to be the cluster. Oh, no. We're still the chuckle fucks. But on the weekends, we the gold twats. Okay? Chuckle fucks during the week, gold twats on the weekend, but for today, because it's a special occasion, we're still going to be the gold twats. So gold twats today and on the weekends, and during the week, for the most part, we the chuckle fucks. See, you can take a little dig, do a name call, just don't make it problematic. And look, there's people out here doing it without being problematic. So shout out to Rachel for that. Okay. And thank you for the gifted member, boo. Thank you. Scar letter. I still gotta catch up on the last stream I was watching, but shout out to you, boo. Ready for this mid content from a twat. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. When I saw twat, I said, "Oh my god, bitch, what did I do you?" But it's because I criticized her stupid ass. And thank you again, Scar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Not all hell. Y'all gonna make they head big, just so you know. EB, thank you so much. And thank you, Dottie. Thank you for 10 months, boo. EB, I appreciate you. The golden olive combo. Yes, thank you. You want to know, this is more like a green gold. Oh, shit. I should probably tell y'all the palette, right? So I was on the phone with my best friends when I was getting ready. And here she go, just joking. She was like, you should do a green eye. And I was like, okay. And she was like, wait. So I just did this. It's more like green gold. It's not showing up. Y'all know I ain't got good internet. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I use the Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette. And shout out to the Discord, because they told me about the 50% sale. So I had to purchase because it's me. So that's what I did. I got it, I think last week I got it in. But this is the Culture 2 palette. That's what I'm using. Look at this beautiful, beautiful color story. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this color story I used here. I think this is called beads. I use mostly beads, but look at this color story right here. Y'all, I got this for 50% off. Juvia's Place. It was during their Halloween sale. So shout out to y'all who are always telling me about sales, but not thinking about my goal. No, I'm kidding. I appreciate y'all. I love a good sale. So that's the palette that I'm using today. So you can see, that's what we're working with today. But let's get into this, because y'all know I will keep going and going. I'm going to get to the support. If you are new, I like to break it up, get into the content, do some support, and then go back and forth, just so there's some sort of, flow. Because it's about to be 40 minutes and I didn't start yet. So I got to put timestamps on this bitch. That's for damn sure. Let's get into Rachel the Reactor, the one with the really big ego who underestimated her viewers and the creators in this space. Oh, and to mods throughout the stream, if you can link some of the videos that you guys have watched, I trust my mod's judgment, who covered this. Obviously, link Zach, my friend's video, love Zach video, and some of the smaller creators. If there's one great thing that has come from this, I got recommended some dope ass small creators that I have never heard of before. I have never heard of some of these creators, and that's no shade to the creators. It's just how the algorithm was working for me. And because I've been, catching up with the Rachel content, checking her channel, seeing if she, put up another bullshit video. And I got recommended all these small creators, and their channels are growing and blowing up. The algorithm are doing what they have to do. And I like their opinions. So please link some of these smaller creators and lock in with them. Because I ain't forget where I came from. I remember what it was like when I was just wishing for 1,000 subs. And there's still great creators out there. I get it. We cover a lot of the same shit. But look for some fresh shit. Y'all tune into me. Y'all kind of know what I'm going to say anyways. Get some new voices. Here's some new people. Let's get into Rachel. Miss Banknotes.
Come back. So today in this video we are going to talk about everything. We're going to get it all out and everyone will know exactly what's happened and what's gone on. So here we go. The first thing I need to do is just mention my previous video, which was a glitter and lasers reaction. When I filmed that, all of this stuff that's happened over the last 24 hours-ish hadn't happened yet. So that's why I didn't address it in that video. And I absolutely acknowledge that it was quite tone deaf to post that video and then not say anything, because it looked like I was trying to move along and not address the stuff, which is...
So this is what I believe. Rachel uploaded that video because she was trying to test the temperature. Because here's the thing. She's going to go on to say like, oh, I could have done this different. I could have done that. Even if it was scheduled in advance, because I do believe she probably pre-records, you know, that's common. There wasn't anything in the description that I noticed. There wasn't a pinned comment to even let viewers know like, hey, my bad. This was already scheduled. I completely forgot it was scheduled to go up. Please believe I will be addressing everything that's developed over the last couple of days. She didn't do all that because she was really just testing the temperature. I don't know why she was testing the temperature, because it was very clear, but she was testing the fuck out of that and it failed miserably.
It's not what's happening. So I'm sorry to all of my audience who saw that video and was like, what the fuck, why are you not addressing this? That's what happened there, but I am addressing it now. So here we go. So my goal in this video is to basically just tell you everything I can possibly tell you, get it all out so you know exactly what there is to know, and then you can think about it and talk about it amongst your, amongst yourselves in your communities and such, and everybody will know what happened, because that's the goal, right? So the first thing I'm going to cover is the deleted video. I'm going to just touch on this for 2 seconds. Basically, I got a privacy strike, which I suspect was from Emily, on this video here, which was my first ever Girl World video. There's pictures of Colleen, who is Amberlynn Reid's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, not sure, Emily, her deceased fiance, Colleen. There's pictures of her in that video, so that video got privacy striked. I think it was by Emily. I missed the emails because I'm a twat, and basically YouTube took that video down. So that's where it went. I'm currently arguing with an AI person, or fuck knows who I'm arguing.
By the way, I should mention she rambles a lot. I'm intentionally not cutting out certain parts because apparently I like to misrepresent things when it comes to Miss Rachel, so I'm gonna let her ramble, but trust me, there's points that I'll be making when it comes to this. I don't know if she forgot what corner of the internet she was in, but this video was giving, Amberlynn with the smaller, a lower BMI and with an accent.
With in my email about that video and trying to get it back up again, but for everybody who noticed, that's where that video went. I don't check my Gmail because I'm stupid. I just went in my YouTube studio and saw the notification and was like, what the fuck? So that's the notification. I'm pointing because I think I'm going to put it there. So just so everybody knows, that's where that video went. I did not personally take that video down, and I'm trying to get it back up. So just so everybody knows. Okay, the next thing we need to talk about is the Discord. So we've had loads and loads of messages and people talking about this Discord. So it's absolutely true. There was a private Discord, which consisted of a few people, and all of us trusted each other very well, and we were friends, and we were all talking about Girl World related stuff. There was all kinds of stuff in that Discord, some very interesting, juicy tea, which still hasn't come out yet, just to be clear. So for everyone,
chances are that tea came from Emily. The Emily that I want to repeat, Rachel owes money. So for those who don't understand the context and what I was saying with the Jordy clip from my video, that wasn't like me criticizing Jordy. It's just, it's clear that they're sharing receipts. I do the same with my friends. So like, that's not an issue. But if those things are coming from Emily, first of all, it's sad that Rachel still owes her money. And secondly, just make that clear. Like, I ain't get that shit from Emily. I ain't never talked to Emily. I ain't never flirt with Emily. It was passed on to me. I plan to use it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all I was saying. Make that clear, especially because so many things are messy right now. That's all I was saying. But apparently there's a lot more videos coming down the line, and I will still be tuned in, even if it's Rachel's content. The fuck she gonna do? I got thoughts.
One who's been wondering, I did not share everything I got at all.
Same. I want to repeat same. I didn't share everything I got either. There's video, voice clips and stuff that I received too. I'm not gonna play those. There was one that was a little, I was just like, I won't be doing that. Let me leave that. But let me be very clear. Rachel and Emily were tight. Rachel and Emily were tight. Couldn't be me, bitch. Couldn't be me. No, ma'am.
And some of that stuff went in that Discord. That Discord was a place where we chatted like mates. I'm sure you've all got mates. You run your mouth with your mates in a way that you wouldn't do on your public YouTube channel, but of course it got out and everything that you guys have seen has been seen. So of course, as you guys all know, because you've all seen, somebody who was in that Discord has no fucking backbone, didn't want to tell me that they disagreed with my takes.
Point number one, with Rachel not having any self-awareness. Rachel is saying the person in the Discord who leaked the receipts to me had no backbone. Rachel had no backbone. Let's remember this community tab here. Hold on. When this was posted on the 20th, it said, "Hi all, Emily has withdrawn consent for her voice to be used on my channel. To avoid any future issues or privacy concerns, I have privated my previous video. Many thanks for the continued support of my channel." Rachel had no backbone to tell her viewers the truth. That simple community tab post, what it really represented was someone who had to move fast because she offered to pay Emily. She started to withdraw that, and they were going back and forth in the DMs. So it's interesting that Emily expects some sort of backbone from somebody when really they just chose to dip, it sounds like. And you didn't have the backbone to tell your viewers the truth. Because telling viewers the truth could possibly lead to not getting as much income from that video. So where's her backbone? If she expects other people to have backbones, where the fuck is her backbone? She seems to have one in Discords when she doesn't think people are looking or it will get out. Where's her fucking backbone? I'm sure those super chats, the people who super chatted her during that premiere would have loved to know half that money was going to a death feeder. But she didn't have a backbone to tell y'all that, did she? So how about you start first, Rachel? You start with a backbone. You start first. Clown. And this here, the second example of Rachel not having a backbone. She wasn't sure how to go about addressing the comments of viewers highly recommending the money go to Beck. This creator who expects other people to have backbones actually said, "I might do a poll and then blame it on that. I don't know." And then quickly realized the poll will probably go in Beck's favor. Where's her backbone? Why did she need to create a poll to try to blame viewers instead of just growing a backbone and saying what the fuck she wanted to do? I may not like certain things about people, but I will respect people when they being real. If Rachel came out and said, "Listen, this was the deal with her. I don't want to pay Emily no more. I want to keep the money. It's that simple. I know it's fucked up, but fuck her. I was trying to get to the bag. I did what I had to do." Instead of trying to create all these different ways, different excuses and all this. Girl, backbone, be you. But Miss Backbone was trying to blame things or try to have her viewers be the reason this went a different way. And then she remembered, oh no, Beck's gonna win. Yeah, no shit.
And instead screenshotted a load of the Discord and sent those screenshots out. They then sent all of those screenshots to someone who then...
The someone is me. It's okay. Say my name. The someone is me. And baby, it was a shit ton of screenshots. When I tell you Christmas came early for me. And here, come close, come close. For anyone who is not near the device, come close. Guess what? I didn't have to flirt with a feeder. I didn't have to manipulate anyone. I didn't have to share any personal details. It just got dropped off. I didn't have to offer anyone money. Oh my God. Isn't that crazy? Can't relate, bitch. I'm a blueprint. I'll be damned if I'm out here fucking flirting with these bitches' exes just to get a bag. No, thank you. No, thank you. No. Ugh. No, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Now there's this code word that feeder has. Sorry. No, sorry. And I'll be damned if I'll be talking about my fucking relationship with that person as well. Crazy. But yeah. Oh, it was Christmas for me. And you know what's so wild? I almost didn't respond to the email because I get people like trying to give me tea all the time. And sometimes I just be like, I don't. But something told me, let me just, what they talking about? What is this? It didn't seem urgent. What is this? And the response, I said, listen, this is a public service announcement. Check that email. Check that email to all the creators who are watching, even viewers. Pause and check that fucking email. I would have been sitting here just talking about probably Rosie or Chantel. Check that email. As a matter of fact, check that voicemail as well. Learn from me.
And shared some of that stuff. That person did not blur the face and name of some of the individuals in those screenshots who are not public figures, which I'm really angry about because some of those people have all kinds of personal stuff going on in their lives. They don't want their faces and names to be made public, and yet
then they shouldn't have been in Discord. It's that simple. And I want to be clear, I don't give a fuck that Rachel is pissed. Literally, it's social media. Discord is a social media version of a group chat. Please. And also, what's kind of interesting, some of the people in that Discord were caping for Rachel on Twitter when I originally criticized the community tab post when she had to come clean about paying Emily. So I thought that was interesting. Let me tell you, and this is why a lot of this has been so beautiful. Because let me tell you, I was going through the receipts, right? Because it was a lot. So I had to go through them, read through them, all that. And I was reading through them and I seen this one name. And I was just like, damn, that sounds familiar. We do share viewership because, it's a big space. We share viewership. I'm like, maybe this is a viewer. Where do I recognize that name? It just stuck out to me. The name Georgina. I'm like, this sounds familiar, but maybe it's just someone who'll be in my chat. Maybe. Because, we share viewers. And then I'm going on Twitter to get screenshots of when I originally criticized Rachel for having to come clean about paying Emily. And I'm going through the screenshots, and then I'm going through my Twitter, and then I saw that I quote tweeted someone who was upset with my original opinion of what Rachel did. And I said, you from the Discord. Hold on. Miss Georgina right here was upset with my take. And then I quote tweeted them. You can see the date. It's from the 24th when I was criticizing Rachel. And I'm just like, how y'all not seeing it? Because that's how I'm seeing it, right? I'm like, how are you guys not seeing this? So I quote tweet Georgina, who doesn't agree at all with me. And I'm disappointed at this take, according to Georgina. So I quote tweet her. I'm like, Rachel was upfront and honest because there's a chance Emily is speaking to Amber again and probably running her mouth about her conversations with Rachel. Rachel's transparency is to get ahead of what could have been exposed. Please be fucking for real. And I'm sitting here like, how are y'all not seeing this? And I didn't get a lot of pushback, but I'm just like, girl, how you not seeing this? So I quote tweet her and do that. Look at how things work out. Hey, Georgina, you in that Discord, girl. So when Rachel's talk about names and this, Georgina's on Twitter with Georgina. Same exact name. I was just like, no wonder you were caping so hard, Georgina. You in the fucking Discord. Simmer down. Simmer the fuck down. it just worked out beautifully that she's the one I quote tweeted because I'm like, where that name sound? It's a beautiful name, but I'm like, it just sounds so familiar. And then I go to get my tweet and I'm like, Georgino, did y'all have like an emergency meeting in Discord, like in voice chat or something? Did Rachel send y'all out? Like, what happened? What happened? What was it like in there when I started dropping them receipts? Tell me, please. Let's get back to Rachel.
They were. Of course, we all knew there was a chance that it might end up being made public. Nobody thought that that would actually happen. It takes 2 seconds to blur somebody's face in a screenshot. So I think that's really fucking poor, to be honest, if I'm being honest about it. But anyway, that's, whatever, that happened. So the screenshots got out. The person who shared the screenshots, it will get out who that person was. And you will all be very surprised.
Well, I guess Rachel plans to talk about that. I don't. And the truth is that going to change something? Okay, when that time comes, Rachel, do your thing. Okay.
think I was very surprised, provided that I'm right about who I think it is, which I think I am, but obviously I won't say anything until I'm sure. But basically, that Discord was a bunch of people who I thought of as friends, mates, fellow creators who would chat and like spitball and bounce ideas off each other. A lot of sarcasm and stupidity was said in that chat. I am going to cover all that stuff. This is not me like sweeping it under the rug and saying a lot of stuff was said. I'm going to talk about what I said. Of course, we all knew there was a chance that it might end up being made public. Nobody thought that that would actually happen.
I want to remind everyone, Rachel is the creator who is kind of ushering all these private videos, all these private messages between Amber and Emily. And she has an issue with a Discord server that she was in with complete strangers from the internet being shared. Amberlynn was in a whole relationship with this woman, lived with this woman for what was it, a couple of months, a month or so? Was intimate with this woman. Ooh. Anyways. And those intimate, disturbing moments are being shared, platformed. But the Discord is an issue? That's okay. Oh, all right.
But it did happen, so here we are. So this is the timeline of what happened, and then we'll talk a little bit about the plan for this video. So this person who was in the Discord sent a bunch of screenshots from the Discord to somebody else. That person then started tweeting those screenshots and putting them into their own Discord. So
I sure did. My Discord was lit, bitch. My Discord was lit. My Twitter was lit too. When I tell y'all, I started gaining followers and I was just like, oh, y'all really into this. Little do y'all know, I got so much. At one point, people were like, give us more, give us more. I was like, okay, here's another. Like, Twitter and my Discord were on fire. I was like, oh, y'all must. Okay. It was such a good time.
That's how that all got out. Then Geordie went live last night, and I haven't actually watched this live stream, by the way. I'm filming this on the morning of Monday, whatever it is, Monday the, can't see the date, 3rd of November. I haven't watched Amber's live, I haven't watched Geordie's live, but Geordie went live, shared this clip, okay? So Geordie shared that clip, then Amber went live and Amber said a whole bunch of stuff. I've been given like a TLDR of what happened in both of those live streams, but I haven't watched either of them yet. So I really don't know what was said, but I'm not at that bit yet.
The things I know about you, girl, I would just like stop.
So for now, we're going to talk about.
Well, that's one of the things that Amber said in that live. Emily has been running her mouth to Amber. And the reason that shouldn't be a shock is because Amber has talked about that in the past. How Emily always goes back to talking to Amber and always tells Amber what she discussed with the Reactor. So Rachel is very aware of that. And Rachel was still sharing private, intimate things about her life with Emily, Amberlynn's feeder ex, for views. That's crazy. That's crazy.
About the Discord and all the stuff you guys want me to address, and then the like Geordie Amber stuff can come in another video or a bit later. But just so you know, so far anyway, that's kind of the context of what happened. One of the main things I need to address is the money. So a bunch of screenshots were shared, and it's me being very fucking cocky about how much money I've made doing Girl World content. Hey guys, I turned this video around pretty quickly, so you might get some editing Rachel bits here and there, and particularly when it comes to showing receipts, because I'm just going to chuck my own voice in over the top. So one of the main things that people have had a problem with is me making this joke about wiping my tears with banknotes. In a minute you'll see I go into a bit more detail about it, but this is it here. So you can see Jawbone, who is a public person, is in the Discord, and he says something about how he's watching Geordie, and Geordie is saying he thinks me offering to pay for receipts is a nothing burger, basically. And then you can see I post a meme of Dave, who is my absolute favourite rapper. New album's amazing, by the way. Anyway, and then I say, love that from Geordie. And then Jawbone says, so you're not really being publicly hung, drawn and quartered. Rest easy, basically. And I say, if Geordie says it's all right, then I'm off the hook. I'll wipe my tears with banknotes. So that is what I said about that. That's the context of all of that. Obviously from this one screenshot, it's not immediately clear, but the vibe that Jawbone and I have, I don't know if you guys have seen any of Jawbone's content, but he's a joker. He says things tongue-in-cheek to take the piss, and that is how I spoke back to him in this Discord. Of course, I felt I was among friends. So when I made that comment, I was not talking about Beck. Beck was not relevant to the conversation.
I don't like how Rachel tries to make it seem as though I represented it that way. It's very clear what the conversation was. I'm gonna let her finish this point, but in no way did I even represent it as if that exact line was about Beck. Rachel did not listen to any bit of the feedback that she's been getting.
People are trying to make it sound like somebody said to me, oh, are you going to give the money to Beck? And I said, oh no, I'd rather wipe my tears with banknotes or something.
Did anybody read that on that screen? So who thought that? There's no one who thought that, because that's not what's on the screen, and that's the screenshot that I posted. No one thought that.
Sort of bullshit.
This is what I posted. I literally posted 2 quotes and 2 separate screenshots so people can see what? Her character. I posted 2 separate screenshots. I never hid any dates. It was clear as day. I took those 2 quotes because I wanted to say this is who she is. If I do charity, I can write it off on my taxes. Ha ha. I'll wipe my tears with those banknotes. They're 2 separate screenshots. At no point did I say I'll wipe my tears with my banknotes had anything to do with Rachel's decision to give Beck money. At no point. It speaks to Rachel's character. See, on a community tab post in Rachel's videos, it's Beck this, justice for Beck, all these things. But you're trying to come up with excuses and reasoning to not just give Beck that money. And here's the thing, she didn't have to. Because the truth is, Rachel don't owe Beck. Rachel owes Emily. But privately, these are the conversations she's having. Privately, when she believes no one is looking, no one will see, this is her character. That was the point.
That is not what happened. The part of the conversation that was relating to Beck was over an hour prior, which I'm going to show you in a second, and this banknote comment had absolutely nothing to do with Beck. I was talking about Geordie, who is also somebody who takes Girl World lightly and makes lots of jokes, particularly about being paid lots of money by his viewers on their birthday and things like that. So the context around me saying this line was completely nothing to do with Beck. I understand the timing of it. It comes across as extremely insensitive because about an hour prior, I was deciding what to do with the money.
The reason I put this screenshot in, hold on, let me run it back. Give me 1 second.
Oh, are you going to give the money to Beck? And I said, oh no, I'd rather wipe my tears with banknotes or some sort of bullshit.
1 second. I'm gonna let
That
this
is not
play.
what happened. The part of the conversation that was relating to Beck was over an hour prior, which I'm going to show you in a second. And this, the difference.
Sorry, y'all. I messed that up. What I was trying to show y'all
That I say at the end of that screenshot, I'll think about it, which I did then go on to do, and obviously I changed my mind. I'll explain a bit more about the Beck stuff and the money in a second. I just really wanted to nip this like vicious lie in the bud that when I made this joke about wiping my tears with banknotes, it had absolutely nothing to do with Beck, whose situation I empathise with so very seriously. They're going through something really shitty, and it's just fundamentally untrue that this comment from me had anything to do with Beck in any way. Of course, the
screenshot that I wanted to remind you, in that screenshot, she did not address the fact that she was going to try to put the decision off on her viewers. She went through all of that. See over here, see at the bottom, I said, I'll think about it. She didn't address the issue that people had. One of the biggest issues was the fact that, actually, let me get it pulled up. One of the biggest issues viewers had was she, through her thought process, wanted to put it off on her viewers. Why didn't Rachel address that part? The real issue in that screenshot. Of course she didn't. Of course she didn't. And that's something Amberlynn does. Amberlynn will get a flood of criticism and choose the most insignificant one and focus on that. Because then she's addressing something. She's addressing the backlash. She's addressing the criticism. You're not addressing what people really have an issue with. That's the issue. Let me get this up 1 sec. And we already looked at the screenshot, but I want to look at it again. She didn't address that. She addressed all the way at the bottom, I'll think about it. You can see at the bottom, I said, I'll think about it. Yeah, scroll up where you wanted to put it off on your viewers, but then you realized that wouldn't work because Beck would still get chosen. The truth is she didn't want to give the money to Beck, and that's fine. Would it be nice? Sure. But again, that money is owed to Emily. But be real. She's doing all this, like trying to figure it out with her buddies in Discord. Like, how do I get around this? Like, I know, but it feels icky and all these things. Oh, maybe I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll and blame it on that. Yeah, I'll do a poll and blame. Oh, wait. No. They're still going to choose Beck. You didn't want to do it. That's the point. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Were shared with no context, which doesn't help because they were like grabs of wider conversations. I mean, we would talk like all day about a certain thing. So one screenshot of one section of a conversation doesn't really help anyone to kind of understand where people were coming from. And there's lots of little lines in various messages that people are obsessing over, but they don't know what was said prior, which got the person to say that. So the context is missing. No Girl World content creator who pulls any number of views is only doing it for the love. People don't sit in their office and edit for like hours and hours and hours a day for just for fun.
Correct.
They do it to make money. And every content creator, if you ask them if they're honest about it, they'll say, yeah, I'm doing this to make money. One of the reasons anyway is that
this argument is stupid. Yes, we are up here to make money, or else we wouldn't monetize our content. That's not the argument. The issue is now people are seeing, viewers are seeing what Rachel is willing to do for that money. I put a lot of work into my content. That's no secret. It shows. Mid or not, it shows. I'm not willing to flirt with Emily. I'm not even willing to be kind to Emily. I'm not willing to flirt with any of these bitches' exes for some tea. And one of the reasons, and Rachel is fairly new around here, she should probably do her homework. One of the reasons I am so opinionated when it comes to this space, when it comes to the corner of the internet, I've been here for a while. I've been through a lot of drama myself. I've also been given tea that I thought was too far, and I said, fuck no. For those who may not remember, or for anyone who is new, and I say this with all due respect to Beck, obviously, but I'm gonna bring it back. When Beck's mom was first diagnosed with cancer, I was one of the very few creators who found out privately because someone that Beck's mom was friends with was DMing us. They were originally a viewer, connected with Beck's mom, ended up being pretty close with Beck's mom. She hated Amber. She DM'd a lot of us. Well, it was just a few of us. Like, hey, Amber's a piece of shit. Amber's not allowing Beck to spend this time with their mom. Like, Amber's doing this, Amber's doing that. And at first, I thought it was a troll because I'm like, what the fuck? And what kind of troll is this? Why are you wishing cancer on somebody? What ended up happening while watching the content, because I'm reacting to it, a lot of the things that that person who was DMing me said was playing out in the videos. Certain trips, certain places. The only way this person would know this is one of two things. They're a psychic or they're actually in their lives. When it started playing out in the videos, I was like, oh shit, this is actually someone in their real life. I went back to the conversation, started reading them, didn't respond, but kept reading. Because I'll read the tea, I'll read the info. And I'm just like, fuck. And there was something specific that was two specific things Amber alluded to in her videos back then, and it confirmed it for me. And I was like, shit, Beck's mom got cancer. And Amber's being an asshole. I have a choice. I could have put the video together. I could have connected the dots. I could have put the screenshots with dates, everything. I decided I'm not touching it. It's not my place to come to the platform. As much as I was annoyed that now I knew how Amber was acting when Beck was trying to deal with that with their mom, it was not my place. That's a serious thing. Keep in mind, that's at the height of my channel. And I don't mean this to sound arrogant. I blow into the camera back then and I was getting 100K views. Imagine if I had a title that said, Amberlynn isn't a supportive girlfriend while Beck's mom has cancer. Imagine the views. I didn't give a fuck about that. That's not my place. A couple of us talked privately. And when I say a couple of us, I'm talking about a couple of creators that knew because I hit a couple of people up like, hey, by any chance, have you been getting any DMs about something? And they're like, what you talking about? And I'm like, what you talking about? We all came together. We figured she was coming to a few of us. Myself, Zachary Michael, and Michael B. Petty. We all said, fuck no, we're not touching this. When it surfaces, it surfaces. It is not about to surface through us. No, thank you. I knew for months, that Beck's mom had cancer before it became public. I just had to shut the fuck up because it wasn't my place. And if I was on a platform or dating someone who had a large platform and a fucking creator decided to sit their big ass there and tell the internet that my mom had cancer and that shit didn't come from me, oh baby, I would have cleared the fuck out of you. I would hate for that happen to me. And even though I had a lot of criticism for Beck back then, I was not about to do that for Beck, to Beck. I was not about to do that because I know what it's like to have someone close to you have cancer. And if you bring that to this platform and it don't come from me, bitch, fuck you for life.
They're doing it to make money.
This screenshot here, after everything I just told you, Rachel Big Mouth Rachel, if you offered them the amount of money I've made off of this, they would all do way worse things than offer someone money and then change their minds. Also, they're mainly all mad because she's a feeder, and that stopped looking as likely as I thought. Wrong. Actually wrong. Some people wouldn't do way worse. And again, that speaks to her character. Some of us wouldn't do way worse. There's a lot of tea that I've received over the years that, number one, isn't tea, it's serious shit, and I didn't want to touch it. For those who watch Chantel, who've been around for a while, I was one of the creators who was approached with the Mae Anderson and Natter stuff. Do you know what I said? No, thank you. Have them go to the authorities. I'm not turning rape into tea. Do you not think if I posted a video that would get views, that would get a lot of attention? Of course it would. I don't give a fuck. Rape isn't tea. No, thank you. And I didn't touch it. Any creator who's been in this space for a long time, something has ended up in our DMs. It's our choice what we do with it. I choose to get support and make money on this platform very differently from the desperate bitches that are in this space. Desperate bitches like Rachel. I'm good. I will be A-okay with my 10,000, 20,000. Back in the day, I used to really kill it, but I'm still grateful. If it's 10,000 views, 15,000 views, 20,000 views, I'll take it. I'm good. I'm not willing to do just anything. Sorry. Nah, I'm good. Bitches like this, though, you got to sleep at night. I'm okay.
Now, and it's absolutely true that is one of the reasons I make these videos. The person who revealed all of this stuff themselves also said the same thing. When they revealed these screenshots, said, it's going to be a good November for me. So that person also does it for the money and was super excited to get all of these screenshots because it meant that they would make a lot of profit in November, which is exactly what I did when I got all of those screenshots from Emily.
Actually, that's not what she did. Yes, I was very happy. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be good. Yes, we're going to eat this up. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. We did not do the same thing. I didn't flirt with anyone. Damn sure didn't flirt with a feeder. Damn sure didn't manipulate anybody's ex. I didn't do any of that. As a matter of fact, Rachel and I literally didn't do the same thing. I was minding my black ass business, and then I received an email. Rachel went out of her way to flirt with Emily. And may I remind y'all, the words that I don't see enough people using is the fact that Rachel said herself, she took the bait. I didn't have to bait anybody. I know to sit here, whatever comes to me, comes to me. I don't have to seek anything out. I don't have to flirt in an uncomfortable, I don't have to do all that. I'm confident enough in my opinions, in my content, in my platform. Whatever's going to come to me is going to come to me. So no, we did not do the same thing. Actually, we may both have the same excitement, but how it happened was very, very different. See, I flirted a little, not going to lie. I wanted the tea. I got a bit uncomfortable, not going to lie. I'm a big old flirt, and she took the bait. But that's how I got the tea. We are not the same, sweetie. I will never be this fucking desperate. Ever. Or this fucking pathetic. Please.
So just to point that out, the difference is that I absolutely ran my mouth in the Discord and was like, oh yeah, I've made loads of money talking about this. Now, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I've made profit. I don't think anyone should be ashamed of that. I'm genuinely not, because, you know, anybody who puts hours and hours and hours into something, I think, is perfectly fine and well within their rights to be pleased that they're being paid for their work. What's not fine is me saying a bunch of stuff like, oh, I'm going to wipe my tears with banknotes. The context of that conversation and all of those conversations were I was getting so much shit for offering Emily money to get tea out of her, tea or receipts out of her, and everybody was really, really mad at me. I was trying to make myself feel better about the situation.
That was at least a little honest. She wanted to make herself feel better. And the timeline that I will add, one of the reasons I even come up in the Discord is because I was one of the people criticizing Rachel in real time. I was criticizing her on Twitter. And as I showed you earlier in the stream, one of the people going to bat for Rachel was one of the people from the Discord. So she wanted to make herself feel better. So she says some ridiculous shit like that. But there was a few ways she was trying to make herself feel better. Because even here, as word is spreading, it wasn't just her. Her friends were trying to make her feel better. Because for whatever reason, Rachel thinks she can't be criticized. And even when it comes to this, right? Because for anybody who's been paying attention, Obese to Beast uploaded a video yesterday. Let me get that pulled up. Let me get the thumbnail pulled up. And then we're going to get Rachel's comment pulled up because they were eating her ass up. Like, girl, Rachel watches just as much content about herself as just like Amber. Because it's just like, how are you and everybody girl? Rachel was under Salty Crab's comment. She was under pretty much if you had a big platform and you talked about her, she was in the comments. Like, you can't even fake it. Get a stock account, bitch. Like, how long have you been on the internet? You look crazy. Let me get this pulled up so y'all could see this mess. I said, oh, this thumbnail. And it's going to be important why you got to look at the thumbnail. This thumbnail is from Obese to Beast video from yesterday. He laughed about it, just talked about it like, hey, people don't have to like my content, whatever. They could talk their shit, whatever, right? This. It's a picture of Rachel and a picture of Amber. And in the middle, there's a quote. Obese to Beast is an idiot. That's it. It doesn't say who the quote belongs to. It doesn't say, but it's a quote. I'm sure if you click on the video, you'll get more context to what that quote is about. Well, baby, Rachel was not happy. Rachel was not happy. And if there is anything that Rachel got, bitch, it's the fucking nerve and audacity. Because Rachel found herself in the comments saying this. Respectfully asking you to change this thumbnail. I didn't and never would call you an idiot. I loved your content for ages. A picture of my face and a quote I didn't say is a bit much, no? Rachel, who the fuck do you think you are? There are two people on this thumbnail, first of all. For anyone who doesn't know the situation, it could have been Amber who said it. But clicking on the video, you get more information. The point of the thumbnail is to draw attention and have people click on it. It doesn't have to be the most accurate thing. As long as the content itself isn't misleading or, defamatory or something, you should be fine. Who is Rachel? Respectfully log off, stupid. Respectfully, don't you have a degree? Use that part of your brain. The part of your brain that got the degree, use that. For the next few weeks until this blows over, use that part of your brain. The other one, I don't know what's going on with that one, but leave that one at home. Let that one stay logged off. Because that's crazy. That is I said, there's no way you're giving me this. There's no way you're giving me this. I just kept laughing like, please, you can't be this. You can't. There's no way you're acting like this. I'm not saying we won't have fault. We won't have fuck ups. I have fuck ups. I'm the failed weight loss channel. I'm the fat bitch that said with her whole chest, if I don't reach a certain weight, I'm gonna delete my channel. Bitch, my channel's still there. I fucked up. I got ahead of myself. Baby, I got humbled real quick. I had to walk that back. I lost the trust of a lot of my viewers. I had to rebuild my platform. I was that dumb bitch. But you knew what I knew to do when people were talking about it, because rightfully so, I didn't delete my channel. I was not in nobody's comments. I had to eat that. I had to eat that. It was I embarrassed myself. Oh my God. Amber even ate me up. Amber, I don't know if y'all was around. Amber put up a community tab. I ain't gonna hold you. She ate this. I was like, ooh, I'm so mad. She goes, oh, it was like, I want to say like January 2nd or 3rd. It was like literally a few days into the new year. Amber gonna tweet something like, oh, I was looking forward to Charlie's weigh-in. I said, oh, I can't believe I gave her that. I said, oh my God. It hurt. It hurt. I said, ow. I can't say nothing. She's right. And it was a quick little line too. It wasn't no story. It literally, that's the worst. If somebody could eat you up in like 2 lines, that bitch ate me the fuck up. I said, fuck. Why'd you say that? I'm grown enough to say Amberlynn ate me the fuck up that day. I said, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Why did my fat ass say that? Oh my God. So I've been there, child. Thankfully, my embarrassment is just from being fat and not being able to lose weight. Not for flirting with a feeder. Fuck that. Not for flirting with Amberlynn's ex. You flirted with the bitch who was in between. And let me be clear so there's no confusion, because there might be new viewers here. I'm queer. I love eating coochie. There's not enough money for me to eat Amberlynn's coochie. And there's not enough money for me to flirt with the bitch who was eating Amberlynn's coochie. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Fuck no. No, not a chance in hell.
And I completely admit and accept it doesn't look good at all. And it's true.
Another thing that she was trying to help herself feel better in Discord. Miss, she can take criticism, or she understands this, understands that. Please keep this screenshot in mind, because there's a lot of things she says later on in this video that does not match this. For anyone who doesn't know, like, why am I, mid? Why am I twat? All these things. This is why. I'm a twat. I'm all these things because I had the nerve to criticize Rachel. I was respectful. I was to the point. I even complimented the things about her that I liked. It was just my way of saying, like, don't do this. Like, do not do this. Do not be leaking these type of messages without consent. This viewer manipulated Emily, and you think it's a good idea to do this. Don't do this. You don't need to do this. You got the sauce. Your content is good. Leave that to the bitches who can't do what you do. I came for her, y'all. I came for her. At like, my God. And I'm like, look, I came for her. And then below that, because she quotes me like, maybe you shouldn't have done it, like quoting what I said. And she goes, no shit, Sherlock. It hardly needed a video. Rachel, you dumb bitch. Now you gave me a video and a stream. And the truth is, people want me to continue talking about you. I'm choosing not to, unless you show your ass again. See? See what happens? I did it gracefully. I showed this girl grace. I was kind. And I truly meant that, because I thought the chick's content was good. Now we are back a few months later. No shit, Sherlock? You shouldn't be flirting with the feeder for tea, dumbass. See? I'm telling you, some people, when I show them grace, please, I'm not just saying this. I genuinely mean this. When I show you grace and you fuck up because I know what my delivery could be, say thank you. Because now we are back. And it's different. Look, Rachel. Look at this. Thank you so much, y'all, because y'all know I ain't going to get to everybody. Rachel, look at this. And please, before I do this, because, ooh, baby, we struggling out here. And by struggle, I mean like the country. I want to be very clear. I'm referring to the country, the state of the country, and the things happening under this administration. I want to be very clear when I say this. I am very grateful for the support I get. I'm very grateful. I've always been grateful for the support I get. Rachel, look at my banknotes, bitch. Look at my banknotes. Look. These are members. These are members. And I never took this for granted. Look, Rachel, you gave me these banknotes because you didn't take my advice, because your ego's too big. Like, come on, Rachel. Look. Rachel. Thank you. So look, these banknotes. Look at these banknotes. Girl, there's a couple of 50s in there too. Like, that's crazy. Like, all trying to be jokey aside, and I dead ass mean this. And genuinely, I need y'all to understand. I never want to like flex on viewers because I know I make crazy money for like truly just talking and running my mouth. One of the reasons I genuinely hate not hate, that's a strong word. I genuinely dislike when creators have this ego is 9 times out of 10, you viewers who are sitting there sending us support, and please never forget, clicking on a video is support. Leaving a comment is support. Y'all don't see how you can change our lives. Yet we don't showcase that because we're reactors. We're not vloggers. But as creators, we know what the money does. We know what the income does. And that's where I get confused with people like Rachel. You know this. Why the fuck are you arrogant? I know I'm sitting here with over 2,000 people watching. And guess what? I know most of these people will not see this money that I'll be making in the next 2 to 3 hours. That's why I put my foot in my content. That's why I make sure I'm respectful with my viewers. That's why I make sure I try to show them that I appreciate them. There ain't gonna be nothing that surface where I'm acting elitist in private, but doing this publicly. No. I make sure I put my foot in my content. I make sure they feel appreciated. I make sure I try to put the time aside. My Discord is my everything. Why be that? That's why I'm so happy too. A lot of y'all small creators are getting pushed in the algorithm. And I hope that for y'all. I'm not a greedy bitch like some of the bitches out here. I want to see y'all all win. I hope y'all videos keep getting in the algorithm. I want y'all all to win. And one of the reasons why, it's not because just like I know what it's like to get a rush of support, but I like to see more people like this. I want to see more people win and get a lot of support and their channels grow, because you get to see how people are when they do get a taste of money. Rachel may not be someone like FFG, like using money as a way to like blackmail people or hold things over their head, but it's still a disgusting attitude. It's still, don't like that. That's one of the reasons I want to see a lot of people in this space win, because I want to see who you really are. I want to see who you are. Are you going to remember where you came from? No matter what that degree is, there's no way she was making $3,000-$4,000 in a day off of one project. I'm sure that's not the case. A lot of us sit up here and make money in a week that some people make in a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a quarter. And I want to repeat, I mean this with all due respect, and I'm very grateful. There's days I've been on this platform, I made in a month what I know people make in a year. There's ways I've done things for my family there's no way I would have been able to do if it wasn't for this platform. My family wouldn't have made it through the pandemic without this platform. That's why I don't take it for granted. I know what it is to be a very, very, very broke bitch. Very broke bitch. Crying myself to sleep, bitch. I filmed a video talking about a problematic creator. I kept doing it. And I get paid like this? It's life-changing. Honestly, there's days that I wake up, I'm like, this is weird. Like, it's wild. But I'm grateful. At least be real. At least let people see what they're truly supporting. There are plenty of people in this space who don't like me. That's fair. They may not like the cursing. They may not like the EB titties. That's fine. They may not like my delivery. They may not like how passionate I speak. That's fine. But at the very least, what I could do is give people the real me. Support me, support the real me. Don't let people support this version of you that you want to present, and then privately you shitting on them too, calling them idiots. Those idiots are the reason you have those banknotes, dumbass. I'm about to get upset, and I told myself I'm not going to get upset. Let's get back into it.
So I can't say anything about that. I absolutely said some very unfunny, uncouth jokes about how much profit I had made from this. That's what I said. That's why I said it. In the Discord, I discussed with people when this all happened. I think it's the 23rd of October. You can see a screenshot where I am saying giving the money to Beck doesn't feel right. I'm not sure what to do about it. If I give it to a charity, I can write it off on my taxes. And it's absolutely true. I did say that stuff. So when I made my community post, all those top comments were people saying, give the money to Beck, give the money to Beck. And I was like, that feels icky, because if I'm taking money that I got by sharing somebody else's DV story and then I give it to Beck, that just felt strange to me. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to
Wait, it felt strange to Rachel. It felt strange to Rachel to possibly give the money she owes Emily to Beck, another victim of DV, but it didn't feel strange or uncomfortable to flirt with someone, to flirt with the victim of DV for that. That didn't feel strange. That didn't feel uncomfortable. Rachel didn't want to give up that money. That's what it comes down to. Rachel did not want to give up that money. Like, it's stupid. Rachel knows what to say to viewers instead of just being real. And that's what I peeped with that first community tab post. I peeped the manipulation. And I saw people in the comments like, oh, she's taking accountability. Like, yes, she was going to pay Emily, but look at her taking accountability. No, this is her trying to get ahead of something coming. How do y'all not see this? Maybe it's because my hobby is watching and criticizing people who are manipulators, but I saw through that shit immediately. That's crazy to me. And I want to repeat, Rachel still owes Emily that money, and Emily has that word that is so important to Rachel. Rachel is dumb.
can lie about that. At first, this is on the 23rd of October, when I was having this conversation, I was like, is Beck even going to want that money? Is that going to make Beck feel uncomfortable? Do I actually want to give money from one ex to a different ex? It all just felt a bit icky. I was very conscious. I was in the mud, and I was like, is this just flinging further mud? Just putting myself more into the situation, and I didn't want to do it. I felt really uncomfortable. Hi, me again. So this is the screenshot you can see on the right hand side here. This is you'll see in a second. When I was actually filming this script, I hadn't grabbed these screenshots yet, which is why I keep having to get myself editing Rachel to come in and talk about this. But you can see on the right hand side there, that's the conversation I was having, and this is the part of the Discord where
I just want to be clear while she goes through this. Today she did post proof that she did send the money to Beck, and Beck also confirmed in a pinned comment under their last community tab post that they did receive the money. I just want to be really clear. So Beck did receive the payment.
Discussing what to do. Should I give it to Beck? Should I give it to a charity? And I explain here that I feel uncomfortable, and you can see there's a message where I say it feels cleaner to give it to charity. That's what I'm referring to there. It just felt like I was getting even more entangled by giving the money to Beck. This is before I had gone through the thought process and changed my mind. Just to be really clear, the date is very visible on the screenshot. You can see this is prior to me making the video that I made later, where I told everyone, oh no, I've actually made the decision, and in a minute I'll tell you more about how I came to that decision. And if you look at the bottom of this screenshot here, you can see the last message is me saying I'll think about it, which I absolutely did go on to do, because obviously I changed my mind.
Again, she changed her mind because she couldn't find a way out of it. And that last line, but there is something satisfying and petty about giving it to Beck. Satisfying and petty, not because you felt for Beck? Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I do have a screenshot of the... Let me get it pulled up. I have a screenshot. Let me see. And I want to repeat, Beck did confirm. So for anyone who hasn't seen an update, I want to make sure you see it. This is the screenshot of Beck receiving the donation. I don't know if donation is the right word. I didn't mean that like in a weird way, but I'm going to also get the pinned comment that Beck confirmed that they received it. So this is the pinned comment here. This is the pinned comment. And for anyone who may question the amount or how much is made in this space, please believe those amounts. It's one of the reasons I always tell viewers, do not let these fucking creators disrespect you. You put a lot in our fucking pockets. At the very least, we can be respectful. We ain't got to manipulate shit. And we don't have to look down or talk down when it comes to our viewers. The same viewers who make sure we pretty comfortable. We're pretty comfortable. Anybody who's been watching me for some time, I love me my skincare. I love other nice things as well, but I love my skincare. My skincare is not cheap. I'm very grateful to my platform. I don't have to think twice when I need to restock on something. I'm very, very grateful. I could only imagine the ways that Rachel's life has changed. But idiots wiping her tears with banknotes. Them banknotes may become a bit lighter if she doesn't change her fucking attitude. But that ain't my problem. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get that.
You can also see the timestamp on this screenshot says 7:30. So this is like an hour before the comment about wiping my tears with banknotes. And by the time we got to that part of the conversation, the topic had completely changed and was not about Beck whatsoever. Just to make it very clear to everyone, although these were on the same Discord, the two messages were completely unrelated. I was like, I don't know if Beck's even going to want it. Amber owes Beck the inheritance money, and I think Amber needs to pay Beck back. That was my knee-jerk gut reaction when that all first happened. I was like, this feels a little bit strange to me, okay? But then I reread my community post, I reread all of you guys' comments, and I was like, no, it actually does make sense for me to give this money to Beck. And the reason that it made sense, and this is why I changed my mind, and this is the main reason I changed my mind, I saw this comment, I don't know if I'll be able to find it. If I can find it, I'll put it here. I may not be able to, but somebody said, you mentioned Beck as one of your reasons for offering Emily money in the first place, and that is why you should give it to Beck, because you literally mention Beck in this post. And I was like, you're totally right, I do. In the post, and when I made this initial offer to Emily about the finance video, I say to her, this will be so fucking good because it will help other exes who've been screwed over financially by Amber. Because
I just want to point out one of the reasons that I believe Rachel had to be reminded about what's, some of the things Beck has been going through. And keep in mind, I'm not saying she had to help Beck, but the reason that Rachel had to be reminded is because Rachel wasn't being genuine. If someone mentioned Beck, one of the first things you probably think of, if you cover Amber, if you're in the space, you know what Beck is going through. Would Beck even want this money? The same Beck that has been posting those updates on their community tab posts for the past few weeks, possibly a couple of months, that Beck, the Beck who's struggling financially, the Beck who could use the inheritance, would that Beck want help? The Beck who has all their like cash apps and stuff listed, would that Beck want that bitch, are you dumb or are you stupid? But if what she tells her viewers and what she posts in those community tabs aren't genuine, she would need a reminder. Like, oh, so someone said this. Oh, yeah, that made sense. Let me connect that. Yeah, it had to be connected for her because she's not genuine. And that's the thing. You don't got to give a fuck about Beck. Just don't act like you do. Because that's a popular opinion around here. Don't act like you do. I'd rather somebody be real. And there's people even in my community who be like, I don't care for Beck. No problem. I'm not asking you to care for Beck. I do. You can have your opinion. But don't pretend you do. Because then when we get this word salad, that's why we get it. That's why we get to get a clear view of her thought process. That doesn't make sense because the Rachel who wanted justice for Beck, who wants to bring this to light, who wants to do, why would that be a second thought for Rachel? Because Rachel's not genuine. Be yourself. One of my favorite things about my platform is I get to be myself. My toxic parts, my crude part, I get to be me. Whoever supports me, but I get to be me. It's a beautiful thing. I don't got to worry about who's sneaking this, who's sneaking that. You get what you get, baby. I'm not saying you got to like me, but it's me. It's me. It is what it is. But I believe that plays a big part in why she tried to go around this so hard, and it still had to be broken down to her and explained and damn near drilled into her because she wasn't being genuine. It's that simple. It's been a little over an hour and 45 minutes. For anybody who has not been to one of my streams, we have something around here that we call bonding breaks. You are about to see a few tomatoes and a few paper clips spammed in chat. Ignore that. This is here to make us stronger. This is here to bring us closer. This is here. Just look. Just look. It's good for your skincare. We'll be right back.
A handful of crisis. Please, someone save me.
Not a shopping cart? What the f is this?
You piggy pig pig. Oink oink oink, motherfucker.
Oink oink, bitches.
Do I look like a giant baby?
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know. Nothing would remain and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your place, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end. Don't you know what happens to dreams you don't follow? They crumble. You know I can't stay. What you're getting so hollow. So go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake. Fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you at the end. No time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can see and waste away. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you at the end.
I hope you enjoyed the break. You enjoyed the bonding. We do this every single stream, and my chat just tends to use the wrong emojis. It's fine. I wonder what emojis Rachel was using with Emily. Oh, y'all think she used like the red, like kissy face? Oh, Emily, I don't like you, bitch. Use your own social media. But what emojis did Rachel use with you? You still a freak. I don't like you. I will never be respectful. But if you want to just tell us some of the emojis, just put it in an Instagram story. Some of the regular emojis that Rachel would use. Or just quote one of the ways she would flirt with you. Just put it in an Instagram story. You don't need to hit me up. No, thank you. No, thank you. Right? I think, oh, you think she did a kissy face? You think she did a kissy face? Like a, oh my God. Oh, what about the one with the tongue out? I'm just saying. What if she used the water squirt? Oh my God. You think they sexed? Oh my God. The things she would have to. Oh. Now, before we continue, I'm like, yeah. Kim. What if, right? Hear me out. What if they're just having casual conversation like they were, and then Emily goes to Rachel like, "Oh, what did you have for dinner? Or what did you have for lunch? How was your lunch?" And then, Rachel tells her, and then what if Emily responded with that? I know Rachel's a bit light for Emily's type, but just saying, could you imagine if she had a burger that day? Oh my God, I could only imagine because didn't Amber say she used to do, what was it during her break in the car? Oh my God, could you imagine putting a black light to Emily's car seat? Think about the shit she was watching on her break on her phone. Oh, girl. And before anybody throw tomatoes at me, you was thinking it. And if you wasn't, now you thinking it. So, oh my God. And Rachel got a girlfriend? Does your girl know you was flirting for tea? That ain't in my business, but just wondering. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, weird. I'm missing a lot of support. I just want to say again, thank y'all so much. I'm just trying to keep the stream going. But oh my God. Yeah, somebody needs to take a black light to that damn car seat. Somebody needs to take a black light to that car seat because I could only imagine. I could only imagine. Lime, thank you so much, boo. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's really not that hard to just be honest. Whoever's gonna fuck with you is gonna fuck with you, but I appreciate you. Mad, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I try. This does not come easy. You got to stay consistent. Even on the days you tired from work, whether you tired from studying, whatever it is y'all do, just put in a little bit of time on yourself and do your skincare. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Feeder or no feeder, not once did Emily thank Rachel for the money she was going to get. That's crazy. Sweetie, thank you. But would you consider cosplaying Avatar giving her height and power? I'll look that up. I hope it's not a drag, but hold on. Also, gold, black, and green is. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Actually, let me look that up now before I forget. Hold on. And then we'll get back into the stream. Avatar. By the way, I'm not like good with cosplaying and stuff. I don't think I'd be that good, but I could try. Ooh, this is cool. I don't know these characters, but this is cool. I would need Sound Like a You Problem to help me with this eye makeup look. For those who don't know, my beauty godmother Sounds Like a You Problem, and she just knows it all when it comes to beauty. This is really okay. This is actually really cool. I like this, the red eye. Okay, sorry, y'all. I will get distracted. Thank you so much, boo. Thank you for sending months. Old lady, thank you so much for this very generous super chat. First time homeowner update. My electrical and plumbing update came in under budget. I know that's right. Thanks to Rachel for reminding me to be generous and donate the difference to my local food kitchen to help with SNAP. Thank you for doing that for real. Anyone in the US gets you a tax benefit too. Okay. But seriously, for anyone who is pouring into your community locally, please continue to do so. Continue to do so for real. And thank you again, boo. Thank you. And shout out to all of y'all coming through. Let's get back into this poor excuse of a video.
Like Beck, for example, who is owed the inheritance money back. So my impetus for offering Emily this money was so that she would make the finance video with me, send me all of the proof of Amber being a tight ass and all the other stuff, which I never actually got. But the point is that my goal was to kind of help the other exes and be like, guys, look, Beck's not the only one she owes money to. That was my goal, right? So when I read this comment, I was like, oh, yeah, that was what I was trying to do. That was the point of it. And it made me realise, oh yeah, of course I should give the money to Beck. And then Beck also made a further community post where they talk about their surgery and such. And I was like, oh yeah, ding, 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 light bulb moment. It makes complete perfect sense to give this money to Beck. So I changed my mind and I decided, oh yeah, of course I'll give it to Beck. That makes perfect sense. So in that screenshot that you've seen where I'm saying, oh, it feels kind of icky, I'm not sure about doing that, I don't think I want to, and also I mentioned the tax benefit of it all, that was before I had gone through that thought process. So yeah, there is a screenshot out there of me saying, I don't know if I'm going to give this money to Beck, it feels wrong, because that is how I felt at one point. And so the timing of all of this has been like purposefully twisted by this individual to try and make me look as bad as possible, when actually what happened.
Rachel has some nerve. Me putting out those screenshots was me trying to make her look as bad as possible. Come close. Rachel does not need any help looking bad. She does a great job on her own. Let me be very clear. If there was anything to debunk anything I put out, she would have done so. Rachel does not need help. I didn't need to add any spice. I didn't need to leave anything out. Trust me. Actually, I spared the bitch because there's a lot of receipts I didn't put out. That's the sad part. Rachel doesn't need my help. I'm not making her look bad. She's done. Yeah, that Discord did a good job. Good job. There's a reason the Discord was nuked. There's a reason the Discord was deleted. Because personally, if someone say I get criticized for something in my Discord, it could happen. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in my Discord. I would see what the issue is, address it with my Discord, and keep it pushing. You know what would make me delete the Discord? If there's even more mess in there that I don't want people to see. Because if I'm not sure who leaked it, yeah, I'ma just burn it all down. Crazy. Oh yeah, Poutine, that Discord is gone, honey. Deleted. There's a new one, but deleted. Gone.
Was not like this at all. For example, this person's made this comment where they say Beck shares detailed updates about their devastating medical.
Not Pat Ray. Leave Pat Ray out of this. No, I'm joking. Pat Ray could handle themselves, but leave Pat Ray alone.
And financial situation. Rachel blames Beck for making a deal to pay thousands to an active death feeder who's publicly gifting food to dying addicts, and then implies that it'd be icky and unethical. So the timing of what happened there is completely wrong. So Beck made their community post 5 days ago, and I made those comments in the Discord on the 23rd of October, which was way before Beck had given this update. I also did not blame Beck whatsoever. I said that Beck could benefit from everybody knowing that Amber also abused financially another ex, which is absolutely true. But obviously when you lay it out like this, it sounds like that would be really awful if that's what happened. But that
Can y'all do me a favor? Tag Pat Ray in the chat because Pat Ray is here, and throw some crowns and flowers at Pat Ray. Thank you. Thank you.
That's absolutely not what happened. Those comments that you can see me make in the Discord where I'm not sure what to do were made before Beck made their post on their community tab.
Can you believe that, Zach? Did not blur Pat Ray's name. The audacity, the hypocrisy. Pat Ray's not a public figure. Huh. The nerve. Hey, Zach Boo.
To be really fucking clear about what actually happened here. So I made that decision, and I had further conversations in that same Discord where I said, guys, I think this is what I'm going to do. But those screenshots weren't shown. So it's just kind of funny to me that only bits that make me look really bad have been shown. There was all these parts of the Discord where you can see me being like, oh, I don't know what to do. Is this the right thing? I don't want to be a dick. So there was loads of that which never got shown. Only
if there's something missing, if there's context missing, show it. Oh yeah, they deleted the Discord because there's so much in there. There's so much in there that could lead to even more criticism, or even invite other people into the criticism that Rachel is already getting. Again, deleting that was a choice. Idiot witch, thank you. Intelligence does not equal wisdom. Just saying facts. And that's something that Rachel is learning in real time. Rachel's learning in real time. I hope Rachel learns from this. That's the truth. But if she don't, we still gonna be around. Trust me, I have done some dumb shit, been in drama, all of that. And as much as it doesn't seem like you would want this, believe it or not, I think creators should get some type of backlash. And let me explain. Whether it be backlash or a wave of criticism, that's the only way you learn. If I didn't go through the wave of backlash I did, even though some of it was disgusting, I wouldn't be the creator I am today. I wouldn't know how to approach my supporters, my viewers, the way I do today. Because the truth is, you do get confused when you get a wave of backlash. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. hold up. Oh shit. I built a platform on criticizing people and not taking accountability. How is it that you do this again? Especially like for me, one of my biggest struggles is people had a problem with something I'm not going to change. For a long time, people had a issue with the name calling and things like that. It's just like I didn't know what to tell y'all because I'm like, that's me. Amber is a sodium filled whale, so I don't know what to tell you, you know. So it was tough, but eventually you just find your people. And there's gonna be people who support you today, and you might do something next week that they don't fuck with. They gotta take a break from you. It's okay. It happens. But I don't want to sit up here and not be me. So even with all of this, hopefully these creators learn from it. And you kind of need it. You can't be better at something, in my opinion, when it comes to a lot of things, if you don't go through it. All right, you got pushback. All right, you lost some subs. What you gonna do about it? Are you gonna still sit up here and bullshit your viewers? Or be more yourself? Be more yourself, even if yourself is a shitty elitist bitch. Honestly, some people are gonna fuck with that. You got a big ego, some people might fuck with that. It is what it is. She still put some good videos together. I won't take that from Rachel. But be yourself. You here to just make your bag? Make your bag. Make your bag. Don't forget, respect the people who are giving you that bag, but hey, that's my opinion. Ooh, not Matt's T joining the welfare fund. Ready, set, EBTs, EBTs. See, no, I saw some people in chat like who don't like that. Some people don't like that. Some people don't want to sit there and watch a creator shaking their titties. So I get it, but it's just enough for them. Ready, set, EBTs, EBTs. Thank you, Boo. Thank you. I appreciate you. And for those who don't know, one of my mods actually came up with that dance for me because like that's the highest membership I offer. So I'm like, I gotta do something. So thank you, Mads. I appreciate you. Yeah, but thank you. Um, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, but fuck. Shit, I need to start reading super chats first. Shit. Yeah, but thank you for the super chat. Yeah, because in Canada, they have a lot of them in Canada and in Indiana, right? They got like a lot of those in Indiana. They have a lot of those in Indiana. And you know what? They got them in Florida too. They got them in Florida. Yeah, they got those in Gators in Florida. And yeah, for real. Yeah. They like to run and stuff. Fuck. Sorry. Thank you for the super sticker. Fuck. Clever. Hey, thank you, Boo. Thank you. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm gonna do replay. I appreciate you, Boo. I appreciate you. Shit. I'm getting back to the stream. Nope. Nope. But yeah, everybody pick your favorite animals. We got gators down here. Some people have different animals in other states and stuff. You know, that's all that matters. Let's get back to the stream.
Little bits that make me look really fucking bad were shown. with no fucking context. So anyway, that is what happened there. I discussed it all, and that's what you can see there. It's before I made the decision, and it's me umming and ahhing, and I absolutely did. I totally did. I did not know what to do, but I landed on the right decision in the end. And the comment that I make about the tax break is absolutely true. If I had donated that money directly to a domestic violence charity in the UK, not only could I have gift aided the donation, so 25% would be added to it by the UK government, but I could also have written that off on my taxes. I could have deducted that amount from my profit on my taxes. I absolutely could have, but that doesn't matter. What matters is doing the right thing with the money. But the point is that I absolutely did have that thought process, but as I've said, this was before I made the final decision. So I just think it's important, and I do think it matters, that I decided the right thing in the end. People are allowed to go through a thought process. They're allowed to spitball their ideas and thoughts off the people around them before they come to a decision. That is healthy. What is not healthy is taking screenshots of that conversation, sharing them, and trying to spin a different point of view when you yourself don't know the context and haven't seen the wider conversation.
She talking so much. Just let her. Just. Oh my God. The wider conversation. It was about the money. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A final point on the Beck stuff as well is that I've reached out to Beck both on Instagram and on YouTube, and they have not replied to me. So I'm a little bit nervous of what to do, because I could just PayPal the money over, but then...
Exactly. Rachel didn't need to reach out to Beck, but we now know the money's been sent. That was not necessary. Send the money to Beck, and also stay out of Beck's DMs. How about that?
Beck will just receive this random money and be like, what the hell, unexpectedly. And I don't know if that could have certain problems for them. I don't know if they get any benefits or anything, and if receiving a chunk of money might be an issue. I guess on PayPal it would be fine. But yeah, Beck has not replied to me, so I am like not sure what to do about that. I'm going to give...
I know it's going to sound crazy, but Beck going through a lot. And I want to repeat, the money has been sent. But even in this moment, I was just like, Beck's going through a lot. Just send the money, shut the fuck up, and keep it moving. Post the proof and keep it moving. Stay out of Beck's DMs. Jeez.
Them the money, don't worry. But the question is like, how? And Beck hasn't even said if they for sure want the money. So if anybody has like a way to contact Beck, that would be awesome if you could get me in there. The money is going to Beck, which is the right decision. I stand by that decision. I also stand by the fact that I went through a thought process to come to that decision. And when that money is given to Beck, I will absolutely tell everyone. There is a lot of stuff that still needs to be covered. We've done the Discord, and now we're going to get into some of the other things. So number one is the flirting. Screenshots have been shared that show me saying that I flirted with Emily to get the tea. And I did say that. The screenshots are real, as I've already said. And I think this is kind of funny, and I'm going to just touch on this now. So I wanted the tea. I run a Girl World YouTube channel, so getting receipts and proof about one of the girls is super, super valuable to me. It's valuable monetarily, obviously, because I make profit off the videos. All of that stuff is super valuable. My goal is to analyze the girls the best way I possibly can. So in order to do that, I want to see the proof, and I'm not going to lie about that. I absolutely do. And it is completely true that during my texting with Emily, I was much kinder to her than I might have otherwise been. I was much nicer. I was much more jokey. I sent some winky face. Actually, I don't even know if I sent winky faces.
Oh, she sent more than a winky face. I believe that. I believe she probably sent more than a winky face. But here's the thing, guys. I know it sounds probably crazy. I also have a platform that covers this corner of the internet. And guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to do that. I'm also not going to be fake. Rachel sat there and was disgusting. Rightfully so, because fuck Emily. But in order to get what she needed out of Emily, she had to flirt. She had to make sure Emily took the bait. There are plenty of us who've been in this space for years who don't do that. For those who don't know, I have actually DM'd with Beck. I have spent years on this platform criticizing Beck. And when more of the truth came out about what was really going on with Beck, I felt like a piece of shit. I made sure to sit on the same platform where I was criticizing them and apologize. Thankfully, they accepted my apology. There was a stream that Beck had, I think, with Destiny, I believe, or it might have been by themselves, where they were having issues with trying to figure out how to turn something off on the back end. And I knew how to do it. Reached out, told them in the chat, like, hey, Beck, I got you. I'll walk you through this, all that. And I've DM'd with Beck in the past. I know it's going to sound wild. Never once asked Beck for tea. No, I don't need that. And I was grateful Beck accepted my apology. I made it clear when it comes to YouTube, if I have the knowledge and you need help, just reach out. That's all it was. I wanted to make, even though I can't take back the criticism and I misunderstood a lot what was actually going on in their life with Amber, I'm grown enough to sit back on the same platform and be like, I was wrong. I had no idea. I had no idea it was like this. I fucked up. I don't need no tea from Beck. I damn sure don't need to flirt with Beck. I don't need to be manipulative. This is me. I fucked up. I apologize. Hey, if there's something I can help you with YouTube related, I got you. At the time, Beck, before Beck really got sick, Beck was planning on doing more content. I know a lot about CPM and RPM. My goal was to make sure that they had a better CPM and RPM so they could maximize on their content to make more money. That was my only goal. I'm not going to sit there and flirt with you or try to get to you. No. What Amber provides is enough. And there was another creator who used to criticize the space, who sat on a platform, loud and wrong, try to make it seem like I was going to Beck for tea. I don't need tea. These train wrecks provide enough. If I need content and I want to make money on the platform, I simply go to their channels. I will find something to make content. I will always have an opinion. We've been here over 2 hours and 15 minutes. I can talk. I can run my mouth. There's something on their channel that I can turn into content. I'm good. I don't need to go to Beck for anything. So can't relate to what Rachel's saying.
But I definitely was somewhat more amenable to her than I could have been because I wanted her to feel comfortable with me and give me all of the proof, right? I don't think anybody is going to send somebody else like 150 screenshots, videos, various other stuff without you making them feel comfortable. So I describe that as flirting in the Discord, and I probably...
Oh, wait, hold on. I just saw this and I actually, because girl, please, I'm familiar with you. DM me on Twitter. I'll work with you on that. DM me on Twitter. I got you. And it's important that for any creator, no matter the size, please, yes, this is nice, but try to maximize your content and work on your CPM and RPM. Work on your CPM, RPM. That's important, in my opinion. That's important.
Stand by that. I definitely did flirt with her a little bit. I don't give a fuck about that. I think flirting so that you can make more money is totally normal. People do it when they're bartenders, burlesque dancers, so many different professions. You'll be a bit nicer than you want to be to somebody because you're trying to get ahead in your career. This was
such a disgusting thing to say. Do people flirt and possibly do inappropriate things to get ahead? Yes, it happens. It shouldn't be normalized. And actually, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble doing that. And I don't know why Rachel decided to use this example. She's not a burlesque dancer. She's not a bartender. She's none of these things. She's another chick on the internet judging a fat bitch who's a train wreck, who gives us drama. We are doing none of those things. And we're also not journalists. Let's be very clear. We get support. We earn an income for being able to sit here and judge people who overshare on the internet. Judge people who sit there and make an ass out of themselves, who put their drama online and monetize it, who also sometimes put dangerous things online and monetize it. That's what we do. Have I made anybody a drink? Have I gotten up and shown a leg? Bent over, done it? No, that's not what we do. Let's not compare apples to oranges. Well, burlesque dancers and bartenders, well, snipers kill people. Is that the excuse I'm going to use? To be clear, I would never, FBI, CIA, local PD, I have never, ever killed anybody. But imagine, Charlie, why did you do that? Well, snipers, they that's what they have to do. The snipers, that's what they do. Well, Charlie, you're not a sniper. But they do it. But how could so snipers can do it, but I can't? No shit. You're not a sniper. What? Again, I need Rachel to use the side of her brain that got the philosophy degree. Use that side of the brain.
One thing that I'm not gonna kind of recant on, because I think that flirting with somebody is literally no big deal. I think that people having a huge problem with me flirting with somebody a tiny bit to get more information is like kind of weird. Like, why do you care who I flirt?
I think it's kind of weird that she would flirt with a feeder for views. It's okay. She could find me weird that I think she's weird for flirting with Emily. I think she's weird. I think she's weird. She's desperate and pathetic. So there's that. Zach, could you get something off the shelf for me? Only a tall, gorgeous 7 foot tall. Oh, I was saying queen. Sorry, woman like you could do that. Yes, I'm flirting for more receipts. Zach, I don't know if you saw. I'm gonna text you after this. Ooh, ooh, Zach. Zach, I'm gonna text you. I always said one day I'm gonna get caught up for not reading the super chats before putting them on screen. I always said one of these days I'm gonna get caught up. I don't know. I don't even know what that meant. I genuinely don't even know what it means, but that ain't my business. Thank you, Zach. Help me, Zach. Thank you so much for the gifted members. Shit. Chicken, thank you. 50 months. Jesus, thank you. Clock how Rachel was under people's comment sections, but not here. She knows better. Oh, yeah, this ain't a safe space for this. That ain't a safe space for her. Oh, and speaking of safe spaces, I meant to say this at the top of the stream, but I forgot. I saw a comment from Studio Deets where they were receiving people saying disgusting, bigoted comments. If you want to criticize what somebody did, that's fine. When it comes to bigotry, it's never going to be that over here. I don't care what's happening, what the drama is. Bigotry will never be criticism. If you don't like their behavior or whatever, and keep in mind, Studio Deets was just running a mouth trying to probably impress bigger creators. That's it. And even if they did more, bigotry is not criticism. I didn't see the comments, but even though I didn't see the comments, doesn't mean it didn't happen. So make sure people ain't out here being bigoted, because one thing about me, I'll turn this whole shit around. And do a whole stream about how bigotry in this space is running wild. So keep it to the issues. I'm not even saying don't be unfiltered or whatever, because I curse, I do all of that, whatever. But Studio Deets really was just trying to impress some bigger creators, because that whole comment didn't even make sense. And Obese to Beast don't even give a fuck. But so if someone's out here going after their gender identity or their sexuality or anything like that, cut that shit out, because it will never be a safe space over here. You could come over here, we could have a good time, we could laugh at these people being, doing all this stupid shit in Discord, but let's have a good time, because it ain't safe for you over here. And I think I did see a comment where there's a chance someone was misgendering back. Don't do that over here either. This will never be a safe space for bigots. Go find another creator. Never over here.
flirted with. Now I understand the argument is that she's a death feeder and that's why I shouldn't have flirted with her. If you saw this alleged flirting, you'd be like, oh, because it was literally nothing. I just
Wait, it was literally nothing. Show us. If you saw this alleged flirting, show us. Wouldn't that be easy to show? Because Rachel said she has the screen recording, she has that of their conversation. Show us. It's nothing, right? I wonder why she didn't show viewers.
personally think that it's no big deal. If you feel that it's a huge deal, that's cool. That's your opinion, and you're genuinely within your rights to have that. And I support you having a different opinion from me, right? Because that's what life is all about. I'm not trying to be in an echo chamber, but I just want to say my view on.
Remember earlier when I showed you the screenshot of Rachel having issue with me criticizing her? Rachel has an issue with creators who criticize her. So she supports people having their opinion. She supports not being in an echo chamber publicly, but privately, she gonna talk shit about you. Because what did I do? According to her, I came for her. It's not that she doesn't want an echo chamber. She just wanted to keep her echo chamber hidden. But publicly, she has to tell you, like, yeah, it's okay to criticize me. Yes, because I'm not Amber. I know how to take criticism. I know how to take accountability. No, you don't. Not with everybody's comment sections that she's in. You don't. Not at all.
My own actions in that situation is that me flirting with somebody to get more tea is really no big deal, and it happens in a multitude of jobs. And
if she truly felt it was no big deal, she wouldn't have had a problem with it being known. If Rachel truly thought it was no big deal, in the video that she premiered, it probably would have been a gag for viewers to find that out. Would have been criticized? Sure. If it's not a big deal, why didn't she say that? Why is it a problem that viewers know that? It's not a big deal. Exactly. But it is.
you think it doesn't, you're objectively wrong. People have said all kinds of wild and hilarious things about me and Emily falling in love. I think a lot of that was said in Amber's live, which I'm going to react to probably in my next video, but it's absolutely not true.
Don't put on a front of me and my missus, because you and your missus are having all kinds of relationship problems, sleep in different beds. Like, have fun with that.
I have a hard.
Wait. So Rachel was out here telling Emily that her and her partner sleep in separate bedrooms for tea? That's a lot. That's a lot of information to be telling a stranger. If I have to tell that much about my personal life, granted, it may not be true. Maybe she was just telling Emily that could be part of the flirting. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna do all that. And what's interesting about this, and this is why I do believe at least Rachel liked Emily, even on a friendly level. Let's go with that. Rachel is aware that Emily always goes back and starts talking to Amber, always goes back to run her mouth. She was that lost in the sauce that she was saying shit like that and thinking it wouldn't get back to Amber. That's pathetic. That is pathetic. I don't know. What is it with Emily? Is it the eyebrows? What is it that these chicks... Is it the eye? What is it? I don't get it. It can't... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, actually, no. I saw the clip of Rachel saying she likes something about the smoking. Actually, yeah, I do. The crazy thing is Emily low-key her type. Loki, her ooh, that's awkward. That is awkward.
Line that I'm not talking about my girlfriend. That is nobody's business. I do not choose to monetize information about my girlfriend or make my girlfriend public. So it is a hard line for me that I will not be discussing my girlfriend, my relationship. But what I will say is that
She will talk about her girlfriend for tea. That's what she will say. She will talk about her girlfriend to a death feeder for tea while flirting with her. While flirting.
speculation that Emily and I fell in love or anything like that is absolutely laughable. And that is not what happened.
It's laughable. This is Rachel. I simp for money, literally. That is laughable. That is laughable. Zach is my friend. Zach, I'm going to sit on this platform in front of 2,100 people and say this to you. If there's a day, even privately, I come to you, Zachary Michael, and tell you that I am flirting with one of these problematic creators' exes for content or just for shits and giggles, call the people. It's time. It's time. Call the people. As my friend, please don't ever let me go down like this. Please, please, please. I don't need an echo chamber. I do not need yes men. I need people who act immediately. Zach, if that text ever come through to you and you see anything of the sort, please, Zach, call him. It's time. Call the boys. I won't need a tarp, thank God, but it's call the boys. Call the boys. It's time. It's time. It's time for me to hang it up. Don't worry, we'll think about a community tab post to put up about my absence. We'll figure something out, but call the people. I never let me go down like this. Please. Never let me go down like this. Oh.
But when I react to Amber's live, I think I'll talk more about that then, because I think she's the one who tried to kind of peddle that narrative, so we'll talk about that later. Hello, I had the section where I talk about Beck a bit later in the video, but I've ended up grabbing that section and moving it backwards, so now I talk about my screenshots between myself and Emily, but just to make it clear, there's a little like awkward cut here because I moved the Beck section to be in line with the rest of the money section because the structure of the video made no sense. So now I'm about to start talking about my decision to not give the money to Emily and the discussion that I had with Emily. In this Discord, I shared screenshots of the conversation between myself and Emily where I tell her that I'm not going to be giving her the money. Someone has threatened to share these screenshots and they're getting all high and mighty and excited that they've got these screenshots, so I'm going to show them to you instead, and then that person can talk about them if they want to, just like every other reactor is maybe going to. I personally think it's quite fucking boring. I'm going to show you them and you can do with them what you will. So here they are. I've just realised whilst editing that there are two screenshots which I somehow didn't cover in the video, so I'm just going to pop them here for you now. So this is the part of the conversation where I tell Emily that I'm not going to be giving her the money, basically. So this is the start of the conversation. Emily got annoyed at me and was like, why did you unfollow me? Which I didn't. It was kind of strange. By this point in time, she had changed her profile picture and stuff and deleted everything on her Instagram. So you can see in the right hand side screenshot, I thought that I had been blocked, so I didn't bother replying. But you can see here my reasoning for not giving her the money. So I say, I've been followed. I didn't unfollow you. I've been following you for over a year. I understand why you feel frustrated, but my worry is that I cannot trust that you won't go back and talk to Amber because you've done that before and I will look like a total mug for having defended you. And that's what I say. I say, I've showed your side of the story to basically everyone in Go World, which has worked to your benefit.
She goes on and on. I'm gonna skip through a lot of this. Point is, she owes Emily the money. She owes Emily the money, and that's the crazy thing. Will Emily ever get it? Probably not, but she owes Emily the money. Let's get to the end. When she said, "High and mighty girl," shut up. Shut up. Let's get to the end of this. I don't know how she thought this was going to go down, but it did not. yeah, it just was not it. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. She actually does it, and that's sad. And that's sad. Oh, oh yeah. I think if she could have taken it further, in my opinion, I think she would have. I think she would have.
An understanding of your viewpoint on the above message. I then say, please grant me a period of
Oh,
receipts
girl.
relating to
Let's get through
be
it.
fucking livid, because that covered up word there is a very private, very personal thing that I do in my spare time. And if I
Never bring that much attention to something that means that much to you. That's another lesson. Do not ever bring that much fucking attention to something that means that much to you, and don't share with strangers on the internet. Stupid.
say something, I generally stand by it. If I'm wrong, I put my hands up and say, I was wrong about that. You know, I love when people disagree with me. One of the biggest markers of me knowing that somebody is a real friend of mine is that they will say to me, you're wrong about that. And I'll be like, oh, geez, am I? And that's one thing about my degree is when you study philosophy, you realise that if you live in an echo chamber where you don't take in any new information, you're never willing to consider changing your mind because you don't get any new information, right? That's one thing that I don't do as a person. I genuinely don't. If you want to give me information, I will listen, because
None of this makes sense because if that was the case, Rachel wouldn't have such an issue with the slightest criticism. Rachel literally had an issue with Obese to Beast thumbnail. It sounds good to say out loud. She knows the words to say, but she doesn't actually feel that way. That's why her actions, especially during a time where she isn't in an echo chamber, she is getting a rush of criticism. She's acting completely different from the words that are coming out of her mouth.
I think the more I get, I can then weigh it up and decide what to do with it. And sure, some of my weighing up in this situation might have been a little bit skewed, but at all points during this process, I was trying to do my best. I genuinely was. And I was trying to do it whilst also put myself publicly on a big public platform where thousands of people were watching me for the first time ever, and I fumbled it. I fumbled a lot of things in this situation. And one thing I really want to say to you guys, my viewers, people who are bothering to watch this video, you've watched the whole way through, you're at 1 hour 20 something now, maybe probably cut a lot out, but you're watching me, right? And this is who I am. I just want to say to you guys, I've tried my best to handle this channel the best way I could, but I have absolutely made so many mistakes and I've learned from them. And I'm not going to be like scared off the internet. I'm not going to stop making content. I'm not going to stop covering the girls. So I'm not going to stop just because I fucked up, but I'm absolutely going to say, I fucked up. Here's what happened. And if you guys go through this situation, you see everything I've said in this video and whatever else, you know, you weigh up what I've shown you, what you've seen, what I've done, and all of that. If you come to the conclusion then that you don't think my coverage of Girl World is valuable to you, or you don't like it, you just don't like me, you don't want to watch it, whatever, that's genuinely completely fine. My goal now is just to be like, this is what I think. Here we are. And if you don't like it and you don't agree, let me know in the comments, by all means, and we can talk about it. But the one thing I will say and what I will add is I chose this life, right? I chose to insert myself into Girl World. I purposefully inserted myself into this community. And Girl World gets a bad reputation on the internet. People who don't cover it make one video about Girl World and their comments are full of people being like, oh my god, don't do it, you know, don't get into it, it's a total mess. I don't agree. I like Girl World. I enjoy the debate and the discussion. And I know that people in this
That's not true. What Rachel enjoys is the money. And it's great. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But Rachel doesn't enjoy the debate, the discussion, or anything like that because clearly we see what her reaction is to very valid criticism. She doesn't. And the truth is, yeah, it would be hard to walk away from a space like this. To make an income from a hobby like this, it's a once in a lifetime thing. Just don't take it for granted and don't let your ego get ahead of yourself. And in a lot of ways, I could understand the ego because it's like, damn, this is the payoff for me doing this. It feels good, especially if you actually enjoy it. But even when you see your ego growing, just bring it down sometimes. I've had to be brought down a few times by people I actually consider friends, people who are close to me. They had to bring me down a couple of times. Does it suck to hear sometimes? Yeah, it does. Even the other day, literally the other day, two people I'm close with thought like, girl, don't get too hyped up. This is taking off. Just chill, just chill. Because a lot of people are feeding off of my energy and I love drama. I do love drama. Drama brings me I love drama. One of the reasons I chose to go with this is because it wasn't no serious topic. Did it show her character in a nasty light? Sure. But it wasn't like bigotry or some weird, disgusting shit. No. It was creators with big egos talking shit, getting ahead of themselves, thinking they above a few people. That's why I went with this tea. If it was something serious, I would not have touched this. I would have opened up that email and closed it right back. And chances are block the person. It wasn't that deep. But don't get ahead of yourself. And sometimes we are. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we let our mouths run. I'm sure there's going to be something in this stream to criticize. I get excited up here. I love my community. And sometimes I do need to be brought down like, oh, you're doing too much. Literally the other day. Two of my friends was like, chill. I didn't want to hear it. I was like, what the fuck? We ain't get something like this in so long. Hell no. And I was being hard-headed. After giving it some time, I knew that was right, but like, but you got to have people like that in your corner. Does it suck to hear from people whose opinion you really value? Like, hey, bring it down, or hey, consider doing this differently. Even earlier, literally earlier, and this is me telling y'all my own tea. Earlier in Discord, news broke out that a specific forum had dug into Rachel's life. I'm working all day. I hear this. I had mods come to me like, hey, I think they're getting a little reckless in the Discord because they digging into her life and it looks like they're trying to bring it into the Discord discussing it. I had to literally tag my Discord like, nah, we're not doing that. It could get messy, but you got to snap out of the excitement, snap out of the drama and be like, hey, we having fun? Reel it in. And it takes people who want to look out for me to have to pause and do that. This could be fun. I enjoy drama, but sometimes we do get messy. Sometimes we get a little too messy. Again, it sucks to be like, hey, to have to hear someone you care about be like, hey, you're doing too much. It sucks. It doesn't feel good, but it's coming from a good place. If I was in a true echo chamber, I would not still be on this platform. I would have destroyed myself a long time ago. I got a big ass mouth. I'm hard-headed. I run my mouth. I know how to make certain things land, but I do need that type of support that does reel me in. It doesn't feel good to hear, but it's needed. And sometimes in those moments when I hear that, I just shut down so I could take it in. Like, what is the message here? Fuck, I'm fucking up. We're gonna fuck up. It's not like we're not flawed. But take that and just learn from it. And sometimes it takes a couple of fuck ups because I've been up here in a lot of drama. There's things I've given my energy to that I shouldn't have. And the truth is, one of the biggest fuck ups with this video is the fact that it was so damn long. Here's the truth to any creator out there: if you fuck up, if it's some disgusting, crazy shit, bitch, I can't help you. But if it's even something like this, address it quickly and get back. Get back to doing what you was doing. You might have to rebuild, but come back being real, come back being honest, and come back showing viewers what it is they're truly supporting. The people who fuck with you will find you. The people who fuck with you will find you. I'm not for everybody. I'm not meant to be for everybody. Rachel's not for everybody. Studio Deets, what's his name? Hecticana, all of them. No. You'll find who it is that's for you. Do I trust Rachel? No. Even with the last community tab post, I don't trust her. But who knows? Over time, maybe she will learn from it. Do I think she's actually learned it to this moment? No. I just think she probably sees there's no way out of this without at least sounding like she truly hears her viewers. Time will tell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she learned now. Time will tell. At one point, I was losing thousands and thousands of subscribers. I didn't know what to do because this is me. There were a lot of lies being spread, and I actually was able to prove they were lies. But I didn't know what to do. But it took time. It took me learning ways to communicate with my viewers better. And I started to rebuild. And that's what I'm doing. I'm rebuilding. I'm not above rebuilding. I've done it once. Maybe it's meant for me to do it again. So you guys move how you want to move. Trust the people you want to trust. But this is what I will say, because I do see it with a lot of viewers, especially when they feel disappointed with creators or reactors in this space. We are truly strangers on the internet. We are flawed. We may not be pieces of shit like the train wrecks, like the girls, but there's a chance we're gonna do something to let you down. There's a chance we're gonna do something to let you down. It might be opinion that doesn't land or resonate with you, or it might be views that we have that are different. Just please don't forget we strangers on the internet, and 9 times out of 10 we will fail you in some way. How we respond to that, how we approach y'all, how we move forward is what speaks to our character. I'll probably mess up in some way tomorrow or the next stream. Shit, well, actually, I know I messed up in this stream. And that wasn't intentional, but it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. And that will be criticized. Just move on. Like in this video, I think Rachel said, like, oh, I'm not going to be run off. No. That's one of the reasons I kind of want to leave this here, because I also don't want to make it look like it's a pile-on. I think Rachel's fake. I think she's a manipulator. I think she's a liar, but it's not like I think she's dangerous or as disgusting as the girls. Give it time. Her behavior will show you if she's truly changed. I don't know if she's changed. I personally don't believe it right now, but that's just me. That's just me. Let these creators prove to you that your view, that your money, that your support, that all translates to money for the most part, for the monetized people. Let them prove to you that they're worth you giving that to. Again, we make a lot of money in this space to judge people online. Yes, a lot of the criticism is valid. Yes, a lot of these train wrecks are pieces of shit, but we're judging bitches online. It's a once in a lifetime thing. And if a creator wants to fuck that up, that's for them to fuck up. Me, I still value it. So I still value it. So I don't know. I personally, I'm sure I'll hear about it. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna tune into her next video to see what that's about. But I also don't want to make it seem like I'm about to pile on that. Truly, I was actually shocked by the response because I'm used to having the unpopular opinion, so I'm used to a lot of pushback. So this is the first time in a long time that I'm like, oh yeah, I really see where I'm coming from? Okay. Well, so at least the plan at this moment, unless something crazy happens with Rachel and them, the plan is to go right back to Chantel, go back to Rosie. In time, you guys will see what Rachel's really about. In time, you'll see what Hecticana and Studio Deeds, you'll see. Let them show you. Let them show you. I'm not here to cancel nobody. But if you're a clown, if you got a big ass ego, if you think you better than viewers and creators in this space that literally created this space for you, I might make time for you. The content that I make on the girls, I can make on other people in this space. I just choose to focus on the girls because that's where I want to be. So it's simple. It's simple. It's really, really that simple. But I want to thank everybody for all the support because I'm missing a lot. I want to thank everyone for coming through, hearing me out. I'm not going to lie. One of the biggest reasons for this stream is because I know people wanted a place to vent. There's a lot of people not touching this. I get it. I get it. I know you got side eye a lot of people, but when you're cool with someone or you might be friends with someone and they're in mess, it's also hard to navigate. It really is hard to navigate. Don't hide shit for nobody, but it truly is hard to navigate. And I'll offer my platform so we could bounce ideas off of each other, laugh at this chick together, and get right back to laughing at the girls. Amberlynn's a joke. Chantel's still a joke. She was crashing out today. Let's get back to what we do. If there's a reason to revisit Rachel, if there's a reason to pull out more receipts, I'll do that. But I just didn't want to be I didn't want it to be a complete pylon. And please check out those smaller channels, because those smaller channels will probably keep an eye on Rachel. Shit, maybe they'll go back to her older content where she was saying some weird shit, honestly. So leave it there. I appreciate y'all. I hope you had some type of fun on this stream. I had a blast. I really appreciate all the support, for real. I really, really do. And again, don't forget what your support does for a lot of us. That's me included. Your support has changed lives. Your support has changed my life. That $3,000-$4,000 from a video, that's not the only time that happens around here. And I don't mean that in a flexing way. It's just not. It's not. We get paid a lot of money, and it's not like we really making a difference. So thank you for all the support. Please keep showing up. Support who you want to support. And if you want to give somebody a second chance, I ain't gonna judge you. Just because I don't fuck with nobody no more, or somebody anymore, doesn't mean you can't fuck with them. If you want to see what they about moving forward, do that. But I just know when it comes to certain things, I'ma believe you. You showed me, I'ma believe you. But I don't wish no harm on that girl. She just needs to be a little smarter. She just needs to be a lot smarter, actually. But thank you so much. Thank you for being an amazing chat. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for continuing to show up for me. And even through my fuck ups through the years, thank you for my second chance, my third chance, and my fourth. That's the truth. So later, y'all.
Hockey, but she literally couldn't get enough. I'm losing my mind maybe a little bit. Sorry, it's gonna be fine. I'm manipulative, okay? Keep it up. You already look bad. So I just don't understand. Like, that's not gonna hurt nobody. I'm also delulu. I'm also like fat. I'm also like narcissistic. Like, I'm all the bad things. It's fine. Just come for me. It's fine. Like, I will be fine. Turn down for what? Yeah, for real, for real. Okay.